devil slipping, blow out the pilgrim. Police still killing, black and brown brothers. They don't give a fuck. The mothership about to return and pick my people up. Watch me swim in gold like I am Scrooge McDuck. Twinkle leafy, a spirit in California. Praise the ancient goddess, light up some marijuana. Roll up the tree, set fire to the ganja. The Draco is the Diablo, always starting problems. Wear the wrong color on this coat, guaranteed to text my blood. Activate my pyramids in California, in Mexico. We got the best smoke on the West Coast. West Coast. You look for women on the West Coast. West Coast. We like to ride on the West Coast. Like a round ride on the West Coast. West Coast.
Represented, I'm the hardest in it. Fuck the critics, ain't nobody hard as gritty. Black and brown come together, we ain't backing down. I've been in the hardy city, got the bloodline of a king. Gotta come together, we all in the same game. One God, one universe, all unity, and ain't shit changed. Gotta mount up, but they dumb us down with that fake shit that they teach us now. We been living in the belly of the devil, battling so we can make it out. Fuck the politics and the president, fuck the White House till they let us in. We gon' go to war, we ain't hesitant. If they want to smoke, then I'm a hella shit. We the last living of a dying breed. Ain't nobody with the pen as hard as me. Every time I rap it hit a artery. Ain't nobody fucking with my artistry. We the holy guys, we invented time. We gon' send a missile like it's Lebanon. I been eating rappers like it's dinner time. Suckers hibernating like it's dinner time.
Best smoke on the West Coast. West Coast. You look for women on the West Coast. West Coast. We like to ride on the West Coast. Like a round ride on the West Coast. We got the best smoke on the West Coast. West Coast. You look for women on the West Coast. West Coast. We like to ride on the West Coast. Like a round ride on the West Coast. We got the best smoke on the West Coast. West Coast. You look for women on the West Coast. West Coast. We like to ride on the West Coast.
All aboard! It is time to hop aboard my spaceship, cause you are now tuned into what is the Matrix TV. I'm your host, the extraterrestrial time traveler, leader of the Argonauts, Dr. Jason E. Williams, better known as Jason Elm Street. Whoa. And as we start the show, the Drake Iceman has returned. Or is it all this tonight on What is the Matrix TV? But let me introduce my beautiful, most intelligent priestess, Empress Anu.
Thank you. Coming all the way from the cosmos. Thank you, Dr. Jason. Excited to be here.
Always, goddess. And I have a great special guest in honor, all the way from Baltimore, Maryland, Minister Corben.
It's going to be back in the day. It's going to be back in there. The British state takes me here. There's a Matrix TV. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Always, brother. So what's been good with you? Introduce yourself. Let us know as we start the show, who is Minister Corben? What are you all about? And what's going on in your mind with the Drake Iceberg Pyramid? The ice.
First and foremost, family, I want to introduce myself. It's been a while. I am ordained metaphysical minister, Dr. Corben reporting live. It's always an honor. It's always a pleasure. Like you just said, I'm from Eastern Shore of Maryland. Since I was a kid, I've been always deep in this cosmic teaching.
Get closer to the mic. Get closer to the mic if you can.
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
You better believe it. Like I said, I'm an ordained metaphysical minister. I've been in this spiritual life since I was born, knowing that I was greater, knowing that I had a connection to the cosmos. In 2019, I took a trip to Egypt, Cairo, Egypt, was able to see the pyramids, able to experience the origin of it all. I came back to America to teach and let our people know that we are greater and that we are more than what this material world has shown us. So it's an honor to be aboard one of the greatest spaceships, one of the coolest hosts with the most. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much once again.
Oh man, I appreciate you coming on, brother. So we starting off. Drake actually built the ice pyramid to the Iceman release. But as we're starting, let's rewind it a bit, because this all starts off with you know who. Who do you guys constantly see in the background? Right here, Michelle.
Michelle,
my bell.
That's it.
So we were talking about that, and we're talking about Kanye West. So we're talking about the Polaris star and the North Star, Northwest. So we're talking about Drake and Kanye also symbolically going at each other as well. Not just Jay-Z and Kanye, because remember the Draco also represents the Polaris. So we're going to start getting into constellations, just like Kanye and the Big Bear, the Polaris star, the North Star. So once again, mythology being played out in real time by the Wizards of Oz. And these are paid actors. Whether you're a principal, a teacher, a worker at McDonald's, a pastor, if you're getting paid by their system, by a role created by their system, you are a worker. You are an actor. You are an actor, meaning if you're a principal out of school, you're an actor, a teacher. Any job that you have in a position that you're not owning, you are an actor, especially if the ownership of the entire industry, your ideas or your family isn't based upon that. So all these actors like Kanye West, Drake, his real name is Aubrey
Graham.
Talking about a person who was a #1 actor in international TV, because we cannot be closed-minded as those in the United States of American Corporation, especially those who have escaped the United States of America Corporation mind state, because we are the Americans, the original Amarukans. We are different than the United States of America. That's a corporation that controls people's minds. Us as Amarukans, we are indigenous. We are the original creators. So when you see Michelle Lammy, they're revealing, slowly letting these creatures out. But and she's just the face, so that means there's someone else behind her.
Of course.
So they're creating the industry, the artists, the release dates, using not only mythology, numerology, astrology. So not only those, astronomy, all these ancient Moorish, Egyptian, African sciences, like you were speaking on with who? You were speaking on a certain person tapped in to the Sirius star system, but this person is demonized.
Indeed.
But look at it at the other way, as those less melanated tapping in to a source that's always there for you to pick on, but they distract you from it, demonize you from it, so they can get the radio signals from Sirius constellation.
Indeed. If we can speak on that right quick, you know, as we were talking earlier, we're speaking of the psyche of what we call melanated people. Most of the psyche is attached to a religion, but you have some of these Europeans who knew that the origin of it all was melanated. You have the Aleister Crowleys, you have the Kenneth Grants, you have the Michael Baratiks. These people are in chaos atmosphere, chaos theology, which they know comes from the cosmics. So when we talk about the dragon, when we talk about the serpent, that is all melanated, that is all cosmos, and they know this. The sad part about it, most of our people are still stuck in a religion and bound. But all this is now coming to an end as the age of Aquarius is now upon us. So, brother, great topic. Great topic. Great topic.
Awesome, brother. I appreciate you coming on.
Indeed. Honored.
Yeah, Empress
Honored.
I knew. And go ahead. What were you saying?
For me?
Yeah.
But just speaking on where we are right now as a people, and knowing that as above, so below, knowing that you are the greatest show on earth. What we are seeing now, brother, is, and I want people to listen closely, what we are seeing now are not what we call aliens, but cosmic archetypes, ancestors who are now, through the mental, is sitting upon us. This is no alien stuff. This is cosmic archetypes that are now beyond our solar systems, that are now entering into their descendants. And this is what we need to start realizing, that the ancestors are coming back within us. And for my religious people watching, that's what Christ was trying to tell you.
Yeah.
That's what Christ was trying to tell you. The one they call Yeshua, the one that comes from the same set as Enoch. When we're dealing with the Essenes, who people think is the Nazarene or Jesus of Nazareth, there was never a Nazareth at the time of Jesus, except after he died, so they could find the place. We are dealing with cosmic beings who are coming back into the people, and we must wake to our power. You must activate it. So it's good to be on the spaceship where we can let the people know that it's time for activation. Because people are using their magic. So you better use your magic. And that's what it is.
So are you saying that was excellent, Minister Corben?
Thank you, Empress. Thank you, Empress.
Are you saying that what Jesus was trying to tell us was how to live life, not follow him? Somehow, some way, they reversed it and made us worship Jesus and look outside of ourselves instead of going within our universe, because you spoke about melanin, which melanin is where we get our creativity from, where we think, how we're able to tap into the Akashic records. Like, we are amazing beings. So they don't want us to know that. So they make us come outside of ourselves and look into a God called Jesus or whoever, instead of looking within yourself and your universe and getting to know your universe, because you are the universe, right? Once you know that, then it's infinite knowledge. So is that what you're getting at?
I really hope the viewers pay close attention to everything the Empress just said right there, because that is the definition of what it is. And if anybody's looking for proof, Luke 17, verse 21, you can go right now in your Bible for those watching. Luke 17, verse 21, you can look in your Bible right now. The kingdom is in the midst of you. For those who think that it was all about Jesus, he said, I and the Father are one. If I tell you I do this, then I'm a lie. If I say that I'm doing this on my own will, that's cap, is what Christ said. There's an inner knowing. Isaiah in the Bible tell you that I give you the treasure of darkness. But how can Christ, which is already within us, the Creator, how can that happen? We were closed-minded, bound. When we have great starships like this one that we're on right now that are revealing to the people that it's time to wake up, but people are still choosing the material world. Remember now, in Romans 12:2, it says, do not conform to this world. Do not conform to this world, but be renewed, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. It was all about a higher consciousness, Sister Empress. So you hit it right on the nail. And it's not just the earth bound. It's beyond the solar system. So what we're dealing with is not aliens. It is cosmic archetypes, our ancestors, who don't need spaceships and technology to access to us. They are doing downloads within the ones who, since they were kids, were already aware. Because you were a young kid, you already knew those dreams. So I'm not going to hold it up, but we're home now, family. We're home.
Anything to add, Empress Elanu?
No.
Wow, I appreciate that, Bill.
Yeah.
So let's get that going. Energy. So we just showed Kanye. We were just talking about the system, actors, paid actors. So your celebrities, your politicians, those put in power, whether it's voluntarily, and we don't know, because those of us participating in the matrix since kids, of course you want to be a lawyer, doctor, principal, get a good job. I mean, this is before we're conscious. And then our parents didn't know either, because we're children of the apocalypse. Our great grandmothers and grandmothers told us we were Indians. So we and our parents were the first of the Black agenda, the stripping of our Moorish sciences, ancient Kemet, Tamaray. Our sciences of numerology, our mythologies, our basically education system. And they replaced our education system with a fake miseducation system. Meanwhile, behind the curtain of Oz, they're utilizing our ancient sciences, numerology, astrology, agriculture, to run their civilization by using paid actors, which are the citizens of the country, because you don't know that you belong and you're playing along in a set, a set manuscript, a set written out document, like you say, the Bible. So they'll say all this is coming true. It's because they wrote the script. They wrote the script. So these people who you see with Kanye, his daughter, next to them, they're all actors, all paid actors. And the majority of people who participate in the United States of American dream, the corporation mind control program, they don't know that they're giving their energy not only to actors who they think are great and cool and they want to aspire to be, or politicians and presidents. They're being controlled by demons. Those who actually know our sciences and manipulate our ignorant. That's why they say knowledge is really the ultimate food source. That's it. The sun source, the electrical frequencies of the sun, to where we were eating that was our deity. Netters. Let's not even say gods or goddesses, but netters, nature. So as Michelle Lammy, as we expose, and this is SoFi Stadium, y'all. So this isn't in the past. So when you hear Kanye talking about the Jews, talking about the Satanists and how they're controlling them, it's part of the act, because if they did not mess with this boy, he would not be performing at SoFi. So he's under more of a satanic control. So if they're like, okay, you're not gonna roll with the Jews, the satanic, the church of Satan will protect you, brother. Will protect you. You don't want to get into Scientology. I was talking about different doors you can go through. Yeah. When you get up there.
Oh yeah, levels.
And we don't know if that's the real Kanye. Because his accident was October 24th. Drake's birthday is October 24th. And my birthday is October 25th. So we talk about fake actors circumventing your real messiahs and leaders who are in your community doing superhero activity, but through fake celebrity worship and fake idol worship, you are being manipulated by the set. And so now we can't, let's say, not look at these less melanated people bad. Because what are they to do? Not utilize the radio towers and the frequency of knowledge from Sirius, Draco, your ancient Egyptian knowledge, if you don't want to get it? So this lady studied in Morocco. She says that she fell in love with the Berber culture. And if anyone watching the show knows the Berbers, that's us as Moors. Before Black African American, Berber, Tawny, Saracen, Tawny. So once again, as we move it on, now we learn about cloning. Jamie Foxx coincidentally disappeared before, and you guys got to remember, he was doing conscious movies. He also did a movie with Snoop Dogg on Netflix about vampires in Hollywood.
Yeah. I never got a chance to see that one, but I was like, yeah, this is different.
Gotta watch it.
Jay-Z has the same one.
Everyone go watch that movie with Jamie Foxx and Snoop Dogg. They're underneath the valley, and you know about the porn industry in the valley. So Hollywood people used to go to the valley. So they were connecting underground tunnels, Olmec statues. They showed Olmec underground Moorish statues next to Megan Good. Anyone watching the show, type in Jamie Foxx movie and Megan Good Olmec statues or temple, Aztec temple. And it's going to show Megan Good and Jamie Foxx underground in the Aztec temple underneath Hollywood in California. So they're letting you know that there's cities in a real society that exists underneath your feet, that's been existing the whole entire time. So your celebrities go in and out. A lot of your celebrities aren't like ministers saying just cloning. They've been here the whole time.
And as I'm looking at the picture of the people that you have here, now there's one maybe 10 years ago. Remember the Jay-Z one? I know how many people out there watching, viewing.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
That was, for me, that was the one where it was like, when I seen that one, all these are amazing, but when I seen the Jay-Z one, and this is way before AI was out doing what AI is doing. This is way before anything was really popping. And I'm like, wow. So
we all have been here. Go ahead.
Yeah. And we need, and they need to put more respect on the Moors as well, brother, because
there you go.
If we do our research, 1776 is when I do believe America became America, right? Also in 1776 is when the Illuminati was founded in French. This was only founded because before 1776, the Moors was running everything around there.
Right.
You can research this. 1776, America is founded. 1776, the Illuminati is founded. Before that happened, the Moors ran everything. This is a true fact. So there needs to be more respect and research on the Moors. You know, when it comes to Europeans knowing how to wash themselves and cleanse themselves, it is credited to the Moors. So this is something that we really need to start researching. When you deal with the Sufis, who are the esoteric Islamic sect, way before what we call the Orthodox, the Sufis, a lot of those were Moors, and a lot of these Aleister Crowley people, Nikola Tesla, learned from these Moors. So great shout out, bro. Just giving the Moors a shout out. Shout out to Noble Drew Ali and all the legends of the Moors in the Moor society, bro. But it needs to be really expanded on more, man. So thank you for that, bro.
Always. So Empress Anu, what did you feel they have been cloning people, or they've already been here, or that we have always been here and they're not telling us?
I think that's what it is. I think because that's what Spirit showed me. Like through my awakening, I get different visions, and I'm like, okay, how is this happening? How is it that every day we wake up, it's the same script, but every day it's like we have options of what door we want to open per day, right? AKA what choices we make. Some of us make the same choices every single time, which would make us insane because we're expecting different results, but we're doing the same thing over and over again. And then you start to awaken, you say, you know what, let me try something different because what I've been doing this whole time isn't working. So once we wake up out of that, then we start to see, okay, this is just a straight, it's kind of, I can't think of the machine, but I can see it in my head, but it kind of like, it's just like the same paper, but it just keeps rolling, you know, over and over and over again. So they know that. But again, we're in a coma. We're asleep. So they know that. So yes, they have been here this whole time. They haven't gone anywhere. They are working magic. They say this throughout their whole system. They show how they're working magic. Just use the English language alone. You know, like when you have kids, why do they have a spelling bee? Why are they having a spelling bee? Because they're using a language that's designed to keep you under a spell. Well, so the moment we wake up out of the spell and we say, you know what, screw the English language, let me go back to learning my vibrations and my frequencies, because those are healing. Those vibrations and frequencies are healing to my vessel, which is what is important. So screw everything outside of me. Let me go within and learn about self. And then that's when you start learning about self. You start realizing these celebrities that we were speaking about backstage that don't look anything like they did when we, back in our day when we were growing up, right? Jay-Z didn't look the same. Lil Kim damn sure don't look the same. Jamie Foxx don't look the same. Young Pharaoh don't look the same. The president don't look the same. Can we keep going? Like even over what was it before I'm sorry, real quick. What's the president's name now? I don't follow any of this shit. That's how bad
Donald
it
Duck.
is. Donald, yeah. He doesn't look the same. Tell me that this man does, throughout different interviews, he doesn't look the same. And even the last president that was here, the last president before him.
100%. 100% Biden. Biden. Which on Netflix there's a cartoon show. I wish I could. It's like a freaking Futurama, but it talks about them manufacturing Joe Biden as a robot. I can't think of this Netflix cartoon show, but it's like a conspiracy Futurama type of Netflix. For those you watching, they can just put it on the comment and let us know. But it talks about Biden being a robot and just manufactured by the government, so and being controlled. So right on point, Empress, for sure.
So what do you guys feel about the Jackson? Rest in peace, Michael Jackson. Why? Once again, say the Temple is set, making money off of Michael in his death, not giving him his proper flowers. I haven't seen the movie.
Come on, man, speak on it.
Well, from what I haven't seen the movie yet, but from what I hear, it's trash. But at the end of the day, just like Tupac, just like Nipsey Hussle, Aaliyah, Jimi Hendrix, they make money off of your death. It's a death cult. It's a death cult.
A ritual.
You think all the artists die, they end up looking decrepit, or when they leave the industry, they're complaining on how they got robbed. The whole time we're thinking that they were rich and famous. So that meant that you spent it's a waste of time. It's a time loop. It's a Groundhog's Day. It's a deja vu. Hence why you turn on the radio, you still hear Snoop Dogg. You still hear Dr. Dre to keep you in the time loop of that, excuse my language, Nigger, your nigger, your satanic self.
The hard you are.
Not your higher Michael Jackson self. Yeah. Imagine when Michael was as his essence and he wouldn't have been let's imagine Michael Jackson if he had never gotten burnt or killed. Imagine if he had never got those charges and was allowed to develop more and more. You talk about so-called all people, but in particularly Asians, white folks passing out over one so-called black man in India or more.
Passing out.
Michael Jackson was uniting the planet and erasing the racism through music.
That's it.
Through sound, through dance, through culture. It doesn't matter if you're black or white. That's powerful.
And listen,
powerful.
Doc, if I could speak on this as well as a diehard MJ fan, MJ carried, man, and I think about this in two ways: the Archangel Michael, and there's an ancient which people were speaking on mythology. How many out there have heard of Orpheus? I want people to look up Orpheus. Orpheus was a god of music. Look up Orpheus. I do believe that Mike was channeling an Orpheus type of energy back. And if you look at the Orphic hymns, you can search that up, man. And speaking on this picture, Doctor, how crazy is that the people on this picture that you just had, this one, is the same people that were hating on him the most while he was living. His own siblings. The man had a whole song on Michael. The man had a whole song. So karma, we talk about karma, cause and effect. Audience, how many of y'all seen Michael Jermaine's son dancing on the premiere? He had a 3-year-old son. Jermaine got a 3-year-old son, Doc, and he was dancing on stage on the premiere just like Michael, Jermaine Jackson's 3-year-old son. It was a beautiful thing, man. So, you know, the spirit never dies, man.
I hear
forever, Mike, forever, Mike, man. I can't wait to see you. I hope it does.
But you remember as a kid how she tarnished her brother's name.
That's what
She
I'm
was one of the ones who started it. I remember as a kid.
Come on now.
Boy on Playboy with the boa constrictor. I remember the Playboy because back in the day there was no internet, so Playboy was you had to sneak, you had to go sneak into your uncle's thing and they were high Playboy. Now you can get on the internet and TV and so now think about, I remember as kids it was a big thing, like in elementary it would be a secret, like there's someone ripped up a Playboy magazine, it's on the bottom of the bathroom. And that'd be a big deal. Kids would run, we'd go look and be like, oh, but now it's everywhere. So she was
everywhere for our kids to see. Everywhere for the kids to see. And it's just the Prince of Darkness, man. Like I said, Christ said the Prince of Darkness runs this world. So people who conform to this world can't be surprised at what they get because it's the Prince of Darkness that runs this world. Right in their Bible. It's right in their Bible. Exactly. It's right in their Bible and whatnot. So know your inner power. You know, we headed to greatness right now.
That's right. So let's keep it on her. So is this the same person? Is this the same person?
This looks like karma. This looks like karma.
The dead.
It looks like karma, man.
And so they have to eat off of Michael. And that's what Michael was saying the whole time. His own family.
His own family.
Family, bro.
His own family since day one. Since day one, Doc. Since day one with Mike. Mike knew that.
And so look at Jermaine. He's dressed like a head vampire.
Vampire in Brooklyn.
Vampire in Brooklyn. Vampires in Hollywood.
Vampires in Hollywood, exactly. Vampires in Hollywood, bro. Yeah, got it, Doc.
Both coasts. We saw the African Bombada stuff. We thought it was Diddy. We thought it was Diddy who was the gatekeeper of hip hop. The whole time it was Africa Bambaataa. So that lets you know why real conscious artists weren't getting through. Because you had to get the bam bam.
And what goes back to the conscious community, man, and the things in respect to the conscious community, we both came from that atmosphere with the great teachers that is. But the behind the scenes and what happened and what's going on in the conscious community, it feels like it origins right to African Bambaataa, if you understand what I'm saying. The underlying of it, for those who watching, you get what I'm saying, what has been going on in the conscious community that not too many people talk about. It seems like there has been an origin connection straight with African Bambaataa. Which not too many people want to talk about, but hey.
You're right. And then his son, who you talking about? His son is Dr. York's son is one of the top managers in the music industry.
Yes, he is. We're talking about what was the brother's name?
York.
He's behind a lot of powerful people.
Yeah,
he name those powerful people, but if you
Little Kim, Puff Daddy,
you can Google
India Love. They stay in Corona. The Westbrook girls who are on BET. So so even the woman. So now that meant that LaToya was propaganda for Black women in Hollywood because she said that the reason that she Michael never forgave me for accusing him of molesting me. It's like, damn. So
we see Janet wants nothing to do with this at all, if you notice.
Right.
Janet is one that Mike really shout out to Janet, shout to all of them, but Janet wants no part of this. She respectfully bowed out. And there's a lot she probably can say, but she respectfully bowed out. So Janet not being in it is pretty much, man, that's just a lot.
What do you think, Empress, with the image that LaToya might have been as well in the 80s for Black women wanting to get into Hollywood? She married a Jewish racist guy who she said beat her and made her say the statements. Regardless, what type of imagery do you think that did for Black women from LaToya Jackson when it came to having to have that fake death. And you see Image. Because what happens to black women in Hollywood? Like Whitney Houston.
I can tell you, like, based off what I can see how she is now and how I view her now is the same way I viewed her then. Like, what's going on, girl? What are we doing? And you're right. Before I had to tap out real quick, I was like, yeah, she wasn't in the spotlight. She didn't like Michael, and now, you know, he's gone, and she's like, hey. You know, but her I don't know what's going on. She's malnutrition. It does give off demonic vibes to me. I don't know what's attractive about what she has going on. She doesn't look like she has nutrients or vitamins in her at all. Like, she's gonna pass out in 5 seconds. Not cool. Where's, you know,
At all.
I don't get it. But I did we touch already on Dr. J? Because you had mentioned something about these artists, and I'm like, okay, just hit me, like, okay, these artists, if they're attached to what would be, we said Dr. York's son, he's in the industry. If you're, esoterically speaking, cosmic speaking, okay, if you're attached to Dr. Malachi Z. York, no doubt you're attached to the cosmos, right? You're familiar with Sirius A, B, and C star system. Therefore, you're familiar with the frequencies of the universe. These artists will easily manipulate the frequencies because they have obviously a pathway to it through his son. Would you say, like, that would be a concern for the music going forward? I mean, it's already pretty bad. But if you got someone like Dr. Dre, who's already in that industry, who's obviously not on our side, or you have someone like, you know, Dr. Malachi Z. York's son, who's in that industry, do you think they can manipulate the frequency for our future children?
This is Doc.
Now go ahead, Brother Corben.
That's a real heavy question, sir, because that's a real heavy question, and I think about it as well because I think about people like Jay Electronica. For those who are familiar with Jay Electronica, who has been not just with Jay-Z and still rock with Jay-Z, but also you see him in the videos with the minister as well, Minister Louis Farrakhan. You see him in there. In the old videos, Doc, you see him in there with Brother Panic and Brother Doc.
And that's Erykah Badu's baby daddy for those watching. And he's saying Free Diddy. He running around here saying Free Diddy.
I speak on it. So
he's a devil. Jay Electronica's a devil. They use him to circumvent my energy too. Another Jay, always J. Cole next over in them.
Well, Doc, how about this? And Doc, to add to that, did you know, and I know you know, that he was also in a relationship with a Rockefeller or Rothschild, excuse me, I believe it was a Rothschild.
Well, I was about to get, there you go. There you go. So Jay Electronica disappeared from the scene and was rocking with the British royal family, the daughter of the head of the Rothschilds family. The European girl. Now you part of the Nation of Islam the whole time, pumping the conscious of there's nothing wrong with fucking on, excuse my language, there's nothing wrong with having sex with any woman. That's fine. But when you're saying you're part of the Nation of Islam and the white man is the devil and all this stuff, and that's what you're popular for, and you're behind Farrakhan, who is questionable with the assassination with Malcolm X connected, even though we know that the government did it. All organizations have been infiltrated. But the founding of that, you have the so-called Barack Muhammad, who is not highly melanated. So once again, so Jay Electronica could have been doing a ritual to where the Moor from America, who's crowned as one of the greatest rappers by Hollywood, goes and learns astrology, numerology, all the ancient sciences by the Rothschilds. And then he comes back on the scene. And when he's back on the scene, so is his wife. His wife is over here rocking with Michelle Lamy, or his ex-wife, his baby mama. who is baby moms with Andre 3000 too.
Wow.
So once again,
Full circle.
once again, the programmers, the wizards and witches of Hollywood, Oz, reality. So once again, your so-called black celebrities are compromised.
Yeah,
What do you
that's Empress was speaking on that. And I was like, when she was speaking on it, that was the first thing that popped up to me was Jay Electronica. Because I was like, man, this guy he's traveling like 3 different sports right now. You know,
Wow.
like if you think about it, like I mean, and nobody questions it as well. Nobody questions it.
Go back to that picture. Go back one. Can you please go back more? Right there. Look at her fingers. She's putting the.
And she dyes her fingers, and it was her husband dyes his hair, and she wanted to do that because it was already getting dyed. She says,
Yeah.
but once again, but go ahead. So, you guys are saying something,
No. I was agreeing with you.
Minister?
You go ahead, Doc. I'm about to say, man, it's Hollywood, bro. Hollywood.
Hollyweird.
Hollyweird.
And just think, when we were kids, we really wanted to be. I did, at least. I wanted to be in
How
Hollywood.
about a lot of us did. A lot of us did. You know, Rick Ross got a song when your heroes. What was the song when the idols turn to villains? It's a lot of that going on, is what I said. There's a lot of people, especially hip hop, I used to look up to, inspire. But now you see these people going through crazier times than we can even imagine.
And it is a big set, because all the thing I googled it and I said, what is the name of that agency that you go to when you want to be an actor? And it's like you have to go through SAG, I think it is. SAG.
Oh, I heard about SAG. Yes, I heard about SAG.
We're all a part of SAG, y'all, even if we don't want to be.
Wow.
We stay showing up to the set. As long as we show up to the set and entertain it, they're going to keep performing. That's why I speak of unplugging from things that don't serve you well. So that's why I tell you, I don't listen to a lot of music. I don't watch a lot of this stuff because I don't want it in my psyche. I'm too busy clearing out my universe and
there we go,
decalcifying my pineal organ, and you know what I mean.
I will.
Yeah.
But Doc, to go back to what you were saying about the Moors and whatnot, and these celebrities, and them being, I guess you could say, a tool for those people to use, it goes back to ancient times when melanated people would have so much trust to give away their information, their science. This is what we're dealing with the Moors. The Moors were so freely to give away our ancient knowledge about the cosmos, our inner world, that they weren't thinking that these people would use it against them. But there you go. It reminds me of a Dr. Umar story about the ice people versus the fire people, or something like that.
The ice people versus the what people?
I do believe the book is the ice people versus the fire people. So it's a book about the cavemen and the European people being in the cave and them being in the cold, opposed to our people being in the tropical, being around the sun, having the abundance of the sun. And these other people in the cave have to fight, have to struggle to survive, opposed to the people in the sun they don't need. The sun is giving them everything they need. So when these people travel and migrate and they discover the sun people are just so willing to give the information and give the knowledge and give the love, but not knowing that these cave people have been on survival mode and they could care less about your love. We want everything you got, then we're going to take it from you and forget your history. And I think this is what we're dealing with and have been dealing with.
Keep talking. I think we have a few technical difficulties with Dr. Jason, but we can keep going.
No problem. But yeah, I mean, I think we're going back to the Moors, and if people could really view this and look, Moors, people, Moors. Look up the Moors who were in Italy, the Moors who were all around France, these melanated people who control the world before the New World Order happened. We need to do more research on our people so we can realize who we are.
How do we do that research? What do you suggest?
Well, of course, the first thing is reading. The first thing is not just reading, but extensively reading. Going back into the 1700s, the 1800s. For anybody watching, You know about H.P. Belansky, you know about Aleister Crowley, but there's one name that I would encourage people to look up. There is one name I encourage the people to look up, and that is Pascal Beverly Randolph. This man was a melanated man in the 1800s who knew not just about magic and who we were, but letting people know about sexual magic and letting people know about the cosmos and who we are as melanated people. Mm-hmm. These are subjects that now, no matter how it may feel uncomfortable to you, and no matter how religious you are, these are things that's going to liberate our people. Knowing that we come from the cosmos, that we come from the stars, and knowing that what Christ was trying to tell you, to my church people watching, is that within you is all the power you need. And that power doesn't come from this earthbound, but it comes from beyond the solar system. You may be in this world, family, but you're damn sure not of it. You may be in this world, everybody watching, but you're not of it. So don't let the stress, don't let the anxiety, don't let the depression. The Mayans, the ancient Hindu, called this the Maya. Maya means doesn't even exist. So we must go within. And to all my sisters that are watching right now, who have been bound by religion, and you know that religion cannot tell your story, research Tantra. To every woman watching right now, especially my melanated sisters, you need to research and study Tantra, the tantric system belief in the Eastern civilization, because that is your true knowledge.
Spell it for us, Brother Minister Corben.
Tantra. Once again, that is Tantra.
Perfect. So now we have a homework assignment.
A very serious homework. You'll understand a lot more about the Sufis. Behind every religion, family watching, is the origin of the Divine Mother.
We are the portal.
Before any religion, you name it, behind it is the Divine Mother. And I'll leave y'all with that. We're not done yet, but I do want to make sure you know that behind every religion is a Divine Mother. The Holy Spirit is nothing more than what they call the Shakti, which is the active feminine force within everybody. You want to talk about the chakras? You want to talk about the Kundalini? Then you must understand the divine feminine energy called the Shakti or the Shekta, which is the true Holy Ghost that I didn't want to tell you in your Bible.
Let me ask you a question about the chakras, because I've done research on the chakras, and as I've gone through my awakening, I've noticed that they'll talk about 7 chakras, and then it goes up to 9, and then from there, like more than that, right? Which makes sense to me, because if you visualize the way the body is made, I think of chakras as like pressure points in some way. So you have multiple chakras throughout the body. What is your view on like the amount of chakras the body has? You think it's 7? Is it more?
I've heard at least up to like 12 to 16. I know once we get to the 8th chakra right here, we're talking a little bit above the crown chakra. That's the golden chakra right around here. In the Bible, it talks about 7 churches. In those folks' Bible, the Bible that most people read, it talks about 7 churches. I know Philadelphia is one of those churches. That is nothing more than the 7 chakras in your body. The reason why the divine feminine energy is still new to some people is because they did not want you to know in your Bible that was a divine feminine active power within all of us, as above, so below. So we have the respectfully womb with our sisters, but that connects to the divine cosmic womb. This is what is the Matrix. This is one of the greatest shows out. And on this show, what we're preparing you for is the Genetrix. The Genetrix is a divine, feminine, active, cosmic, coming soon. So get ready for that.
Yes. Let's get that in there. Thank you so much for that, Dr. Minister. I'm sorry, Minister Corben.
Our added bonus for our family.
Dr. Jason is back with the.
Oh man, what's good? Y'all been holding it up.
Man, we've been holding it down, Doc.
I
We got you.
y'all. Wow. I thought the whole show
Right.
ended it because it didn't save. And then the internet went out. So I was like, what's that about? The internet never went out. And then when I tried to log on StreamYard, it was like, your other bill, your card declined. So in order for
Oh,
you to log
no.
back in, or you'll lose everything. So I had to put in another card. We're fine. So
Hey,
yeah,
it all worked out.
donations are needed. Go to www.thematrixuniversity.com. You can have a tax write-off. It's a 501c3.
Nice.
Literally, thematrixuniversity.com. A real university. I'm a real doctor of education. I have a real dope, amazing class for free on esoteric knowledge like this that'll empower your life. And we have virtual reality courses and all these amazing things. And then the Cash App, $ Jason Elm Street. It's not a joke. It's not no fugazi stuff. As you see, I was being honest. Please donate, brother and sisters, because we're providing all this great, amazing information.
Most
And
definitely.
the conscious community, they laugh when you hear Charleston White say, "Oh, Malcolm died broke. All these leaders died broke." They laugh. It's because the material realm, like Brother Minister Corben was saying, that this material realm is controlled by what they will call the Satan, the dark force. Even though we must not demonize what we call the dark force. So
Exactly.
let's keep it moving forward. But for that was the powers that be that still listen to us and shut it down, try to shut down the energy. That's just really what it is. So we don't get paid, because the moment, like we were speaking with Michael Jackson, brothers such as myself, how is it that gangbangers and thugs that I know get parties, get celebrated, they get killed, they did bad shit in the community, they get freaking rewarded, they get praised. Person goes to the NBA, praised. Brother gets his doctorate, crickets, homie. Created a virtual
Speak
reality university. You know,
Speak
real things for years. Created theories that people live off of, and thousands and millions of people use my theories that I created. And it's not theories, it's my life.
Yeah.
Some of us actually live this.
Yes.
So a lot of people didn't grow up in Hollywood or Southern California. You didn't experience a lot of this. If you really weren't on certain levels, you weren't blackballed from the industry. You know, and then with the movie Him, you can watch the movie, but for I really related to this. For those who know, superstar athletes getting initiated with real rituals, real high class, like you were saying, illuminated or Illuminati level architecture of stadiums, of the yards, of the numbers, the quarters, how the diamond mound is set up. The yardage of all that is all numerology. It's all esoteric. All of it. I took a class at Cal State San Marco called sports psychology, where it broke down every sport had an esoteric meaning. It wasn't random. So even with the movie Him, as I interject, I don't know what topic you guys were on, but with the movie Him, the GOAT, what are you willing to sacrifice to be the greatest of all time? And yes, it also can symbolize Baphomet in the GOAT, the sacrifice. So we could get into that as well. What are you willing to sacrifice with your brain, smashing your freaking head in, because no person's supposed to be clashing their heads in like that.
No.
For money. For money. Or for an adult, a parent, programming you as a kid that to be a sports star is the ultimate goal. And in order to be a sports star, you have to sacrifice your life. And then when it comes to football, the violence, the blood. But in order to be the GOAT, there's something else going on behind the scenes. Blood transfusions going on of ancient players, talking about ancient bloodlines, like we're talking about cloning. So they're showing you when they put them on the ice table, they're showing you the cloning process. So when you guys watch the movie of them, him exchanging the blood with Marlon Wayans, that's what we're talking about, cloning. Them putting you to sleep or knocking you out at certain parties, certain things when you get to high levels to where they erase your memory and they take your blood. Hence why these Kaisers and Red Cross take your blood, because they use magic with it. They use real magic with your blood, especially you as highly melanated beings. Hence Marlon Wayans was the GOAT. Broke his leg at the beginning, fractured, wasn't supposed to ever play, but somehow he got resurrected, as you see players. So this brother right here, putting Marlon Wayans' blood was the GOAT's blood, the greatest of all time's blood. And at the end of the movie, for those who watch, Marlon said, the blood isn't just mine, it was my mentor's and his mentor. Going on since ancient times, since the NFL started. So gladiators, royal families, and then when he got to the end, the elite, the mask with the pigs on, the druids, the vampires, the elite trying to have sex with him, literally trying to have sex with him, saying at the end, I'll suck your woo woo woo, not to kill him. When he first met him at the party, the owner tried to hump him. So it's showing you what they do. They drugged him. Yeah. And then they introduced them with the girls, the women, the drugs, to give you that world, that enticing world, the money, the girls, the women, the cars, the clothes. You're better than everyone because you're a football star. And not only that, you're the greatest. So it makes you, it's showing you as us as athletes and people what you're willing to sacrifice for the American dream, for that dream, not knowing that everyone gets killed in the process or destroyed. Because if you don't become the GOAT, you'll never know what's behind the curtain. You'll never know the Michael Jordan level, what's behind the curtain, the LeBron James. Go look at his tattoos and go look at his warning why his son passed out with the heart murmur, why they had to let him in the league, because they tried to kill that boy. They tried to kill LeBron James' son. They warned him, like, this one button, COVID shot.
LeBron said, I just want to live.
COVID shots, they can press the button. Nanobites. So when you talk about him, when the ball's going in his face, it's showing you as a receiver, you're getting smashed and smashed for the money, but they don't even become the GOAT. So you're dealing with sacred geometry. They were dealing with fans, crazy fans. You got friends who talk about the Laker game every freaking day. You know people whose life is based around sports and entertainment everywhere.
It's a lot.
It's a script, and it's behind the curtain. Go ahead. Behind mental illness, because the people in the show are mentally ill. It shows you that the elite were freaks, they were devils. And then when they got their mask off, most of the players signed the contract. They were like, sign the contract, just sign the contract. And then the guys were all gay, showing you that the elite troglodytes are all homosexuals. And that the woman runs the show. The woman was in front of them. She was like, I always got to do everything this whole time. And she gets up, she's like, sign it. And then she's like, fuck it, I'm going to kill him. So it was showing you that the troglodyte, much love to all women, the so-called pale-skinned European woman, the gothic woman, the satanic woman, not the regular white girl, the gothic one, the witch one, the one that controls the cheerleaders, the one who, the Kim Kardashian moms, the nannies, the female pimps, the Epstein, Maxwell women. Who get the woman, like the girl who got sacrificed with the D4D, the demon David. They had to get a girl to get that little girl to go there. So they get women. So the cheerleader culture, watch the movie Donnie Darko with Patrick Swayze and the guy from Brokeback Mountain. They're showing you the cheerleader culture is low-key prostitution, trying to train girls for prostitution. Same thing with modeling. It's a funnel for the sex industry, drug industry, alcohol industry, human sacrificing. Because in order to be the GOAT, only a few are allowed to see what's behind the curtain. So you have to be the GOAT to find out. So all the other players in the NBA, NFL, them niggas don't know. They might have got to certain levels. Hence why they didn't want the black quarterback. Now they got the mixed Colin Kaepernick. So I was getting excited. So
go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro. Yeah.
The checkerboard, which different dimensions, which you're gonna choose. So when he was gonna sign the contract, it showed you that most did, and then you get put on the pentagram and all these different sacred symbols in the entity that is not visible to the light spectrum that is always around us and always there, takes over you. But at the end, the owner gets put on the slab, and the entity puts the owner on and it eats them. And that's what we have to do. It was showing you the escape from sports. It takes the greatest of all time to say, F it, we're not playing in the NFL anymore. We're slaves. You're enslaving us. Not only the players destroying their bodies, their minds, you're manipulating the fans, the people in the culture who participate, because it's all satanic. Child sacrificing, blood sacrificing, mind manipulation, media with the Super Bowl, the commercials. It's all financing the dark web, Bitcoin. It's all done to hide their reality that goes amongst you underneath the stadiums, underneath your cities. There's another reality underneath your feet that only certain elite get to see. And that's why every time one of us gets spat out the industry, it's these stories. Everyone who watches sports and has watched sports or has a kid playing football, watch it. It's the circus. They use sports and entertainment, manuscripts, the Bible, religion, but it's also used for you to, black or white, for you to decide which temple you're going to go to. Is it the temple of Set, the temple of Satan, or Osiris, Heru, the Jedi? And that's who we are as the new class of the Jedi. We have to create it ourselves. We have to cut the head off the dragon, defeat these demons and vampires once and for all. Because so many people have lost their lives in the name of the game, in the name of Amen, God, Jesus, all these names of entities that people have been given by wizards, witches, and warlocks who clearly have been utilizing the knowledge for wicked purposes.
100%.
So the money is funneled. So for young black boys, before hip hop, what was it? It was sports, because hip hop is another fake timeline. So all you niggas trying to rap, unless you really been doing it and have conscious music, it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
And so now, what does black music become? What is it? It's gothic. And so they're slowly rolling it out. So all the new black music is going to be dead culture, gothic, AI, robot. Because once the Moors and the creators of civilization not only are mentally dead as black, spiritually dead, now they're living it. They're wearing the fashion. They're listening to the death metal, hip hop. Now they're calling on these dark entities, and that's what it is, because they're resetting the matrix. So people are learning that it's BS, but if they're not taught their ancient Kemetic sciences, their Naga sciences, they're gonna run away from that, because these posers are using our knowledge to make people afraid what's behind the curtain, not knowing that you have to Face your fears. Face these demons, your inner demons. Cut it off so you can rise to the top. Not like them through blood sacrifice, through knowledge, through friendship, through sisterhood, brotherhood, through community. This is the answer. Your ancestors. What were you doing before hip hop? What were black men doing before the NBA, NFL became popular where you got paid? What were we doing? Because the NFL is a waste of time. The NBA is a waste of time. The niggas ain't built no cities. You have done nothing. Go ahead.
We were going to school of self.
That's it.
We were in the school of once and what you just described, Dr. Jason, was exactly what I was telling you the other day. It reminds me of, you know how you're supposed to go to class, but you're not. You're outside of class. Class is going on. The teacher's in there teaching, but most of us, the majority of us, are outside ditching. So the moment we go into class and we start studying self, knowledge of self, then that's when that's when life begins. But right now we're just entertaining death and darkness. So therefore, not the good darkness, we're entertaining, like you were just saying, an industry that's going nowhere. And so the moment we stop plugging in to their reality and unplug and plug into ours, now school of thought begins. Now your teachers show up. Hence the reason I had my experience with Anubis. And many people can have the same experience so long we unplug from that reality. And real quick, you mentioned something about the picture of him with all the blood and everything. Can you go back to that picture of him? And it's showing with all the blood. So what I see when I see that is, you were mentioning the blood, all I can think about is the youngsters when they go and get plugged in and they get the blood transfusions or whatever done. Be careful and mindful of that. They're literally taking your blood. And I think you guys get paid, like some people get paid $800 a month to go do it. I guess a few times out the week. That's not enough for the amount of like what they're doing to your blood. They need that blood to survive. And that's part of plugging into their reality. So we got to take everything back. Your blood, if you don't know what it is, type it in the chat what you think that blood represents. And if you don't know, I highly suggest you do your research so you can find out how important your blood is. It's all your downloads.
Like you were saying, blood. Vampires were obsessed with blood. What's your blood type? The bloodline. Vampires. Dracula went to war with who? The Moors. That's what it's about. Dracula. And who's Vlad? DJ freaking Vlad.
DJ Vlad.
Black people, ignorant Moors. So dead Moors, blacker Moors than black people, because there's a difference.
Yes.
If you call yourself poor, you're poor. I'm wealthy. I'm rich.
Right.
You feel me? So ignorant people falling for games, for DJ Vlad, FBI, CIA, demons, Adam 22. So when they're talking about the blood transfusion, that's what you call the blood type, the vampires. All these movies are hints that you as Moors and Murs, like Marlon Wayans, you are immortal. Your genes and blood is immortal. So when you go to the blood bank, they take your blood. When you get the plasma, they take your blood. They want single black women so they can kidnap you and take your blood and your body parts because they still eat you. You are a delicacy. It ain't no thought. They thought that black people were magical, so they would eat them. Yeah, just like when you eat rotisserie chicken, seasoned. That's why they got drinking and eating certain foods. It's because they put you in a crypt. And learn about the graveyards. Learn about how families all around America complain when they go to their relatives' grave. It's either dug up or there was nothing there, because all the dead bodies couldn't be in all those graveyards. So where are the bodies? They're being eaten. They're being sold on the black market. There's another reality that they use: entertainment, religion, school, all these distractions for you not to think. The population is under heavy mind control, about 99%. They used to say 95% in hip hop when it was originating with the 5% nation. So at least we got the knowledge out. When Tupac Amaru, he was giving us a hint. Machiavelli the Don, Tupac Amaru Shakur. We are the Amarus. We are the serpent mound builders, the Nagas. The advanced astronomers and scientists and agriculturalists, the Masons and founders of civilization. That's why they want you to fear that. That's why they put you in these cities, which are slave quarters. They're modern day slave quarters where they give you a script on what to do. Be a teacher, be an actor, be this. And then now they give you a script. Be a gangbanger, be a thug, be a hooker, be a prostitute. You can win. Be a black devil. You can be Snoop Dogg. You can be Nipsey Hussle and killed as a gangbanger and have a parade. So they glorify the lowest form of our people. So the future generations, which is you, like Michael Jackson was teaching you, us, we are the future. You have to come back here. If we don't figure it out, it's about us. It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter what color you are. It matters how you're using your avatar. Are you using it for righteousness, justice, freedom? That's what it's about.
Exactly.
And that's what's on the rise, and that's what we're against. So it's here, y'all. They're revealing it. The year of the fire horse, the April Fool's month. So it's for you to look at both. It's supposed to let you know, aha, because remember, April is signifying that you are on a fake calendar, a fake timeline. April Fool's Day represents the fake calendar that they gave the citizens, while the elite operate on different ancient calendars as they scribe the manuscript for their society, their citizens, their actors in their game, because we're in a sim city. Hence why when you have your own land, you create your own culture, like Kemet, like Egypt, Olmeca, Maya, Kukulkan. And now, before we pass it to Tehuacan, the working definition of the occult. Does someone want to read it? Because they make us fear these words, because most people don't study anymore. They watch videos, they watch YouTube. You had to read a dictionary. You had that, at least I had a thesaurus in college, in high school and junior high. I used to write my papers with the thesaurus, and then my lyrics back in the day had to be so high I would have a thesaurus for another word. Right. So that meant that hip hop at a time was about literature. Unlike Hova taking that out, Jay-Z, J to the Z, the 10 to the Z. So he's supposed to represent the 1-0 in the end. So he's supposed to represent the new beginning as the creator of the popular dope boy, the drug dealer with the popular girl, because it's numerology. His name is Sean Carter, just like Aubrey Graham, tetragram, grammaton, Graham, devils, demons in front of you. His mom's Jewish and his father's in Memphis, Tennessee. Next to Kentucky, King Tut, there's pyramids in Tennessee. Memphis, Memphite theology. Draconian. When the Toronto Raptors won the NBA championship, who was the player who hit the final shot? Does anybody know his name? Who won? Who hit the game-winning shot for the Toronto Raptors?
Ooh.
Kawhi Leonard. Out of Moreno Valley, California. Martin Luther King High School, Riverside County, baby. It's all gonna connect. So tell them about the occult, because I'm gonna show you how this works. Here we go. Who wants to read?
Working definition of the occult. The occult is a body of science which is not widely known to the general population, consisting of hidden knowledge about the workings of the human psyche and the laws of nature, both seen physical laws and unseen spiritual laws.
That's it. Yeah.
What do you feel about that when you, so like Michael Jackson at the beginning of Thriller, I always wondered what it meant. He said this has nothing to do with the occult. I don't know if you guys remember on Thriller at the beginning it said that.
Disclaimer,
Like what it, no, it did have to do with the occult. Michael and all of them, just like Hollywood and all the videos, are telling you a story. If you studied theater in high school or college or any type of theater, you would know that movies tell a story. Society tells a story. You are living in a mythos.
Yes.
Someone else's mythos. That's why you have to reclaim your culture to know from good and evil. The knowledge can free you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Knowledge of self, of who you are as a nectar connected to nature. Our first teacher, the mother goddess. And when the mother goddess isn't wicked, when the wicked black bitch, Sekhmet, when she's mad, they have to kill her. So they suck her blood and they have to put her down, just like Aaliyah was symbolizing the movie Queen of the Damned. The original vampire is a black woman.
Facts. Don't make us mad.
So when she gets mad, she's uncontrollable. But everyone else sucks up off of her until they die. And when the queen, mother goddess vampire dies, that's life for everyone connected to the so-called Mu human family.
It goes back to Tiamat. It goes back to Tiamat all over again.
Talk about it. Tell the people what Tiamat is, brother.
We were talking about dragons earlier. And we have to understand that in that mythology, I do believe we're talking about Sumerian mythology. It was Tiamat and Anu. And if you go back to Marduk, who was one of the sons, they plotted against the father. Now, the mother was on the kid's side at first, but then they end up killing the mother. This is the essence of the story of the old religion. The old religion, like Doc said, is so melanated. So we talk about our sisters, that natural, angry, you ain't gonna play this on me. That's the cosmic divine. They call it triple blackness. In space, they call it a triple black mother. Why do they? This is what's going on. So Doc is just hitting. I'm just loving it because Doc is hitting it on a nail right now. Like, and this is the sad part about religious people, that our truth is a cosmic chaos. And you're looking for a mundane life. It's not going to work, people, because we come, like Bobby Hemmett said, we come from chaos. We can survive through chaos. Not too many people, not too many other different tones respectfully can deal with chaos. So many people be ready to kill themselves, but us, we can manage.
Yeah.
We're chaos beings, man. Wow. Beautiful.
Keep going.
But no, I mean, just speaking on that, I just want people watching to know that and we were talking about our sisters, that you have to go back to the ancient Egypt days of Isis for those who love Mother Mary in the Bible, for those who love the Mary Magdalene. Look up Mary Magdalene when she was 12 years old. You got to go to France. You got to look up the Cathars who preserved Mother Mary Magdalene. I don't want to get the mothers confused, but Mary Magdalene, when she was 12 years old, she grew up in the Isis cult. All this can be discovered in esoteric knowledge. Mary Magdalene comes from the Isis cult, not occultism. That's what we're talking about. That means hidden knowledge. But the Isis cult was where all the women learned about the left-handed path. There was a right-hand path and a left-hand path. And the Isis temple was all about knowing the divine feminine energy. The other path was about the divine masculine. Powerful stuff once we realize what's going on. But the Empress, that's what it's about. Like Doctor was just saying, our energy comes from a chaotic. It comes from chaos. Not type of chaos where we go crazy, but a type of chaos where our origin is powerful. We can manipulate time. We can go past this world. We are past this world. So it just goes as simple as that. So I just wanted to really reiterate what the doctor was saying about that melanated power. You can look at movies like Spawn. You can look at movies like Venom. And there's always this dark substance that comes from the cosmos. That's melanin.
Yes, yes.
I've seen it in
Speak on it.
I've seen it on The Fifth Element. I was just talking about one of my favorite movies, Bruce Willis, Chris Tucker.
Mhm.
Remember that movie, family, and you remember the villain was sweating this black ooze that was coming from his face in this cosmic setting that was going on. Once again, when we talk about movies like Venom and how this European man is transferred with this black goo on his face,
Yes.
that black goo is melanated power.
Remember that black goo in the movie Lucy?
There we go. A throwback movie. I haven't seen Lucy in a while. Yes, Lucy, which was ahead of its time. I gotta go back and see Lucy too.
Yes, gotta watch Lucy, y'all. It's a good one.
Chaos.
Yes.
There's a book that I want people to look up. It's called Voodoo Gnostic. Now we know about voodoo and Voodoo, Vodoun, and Gnostic. It's a book. The author is Michael Baritex. He's a man from Chicago who is a magi and deals with chaos magic. He's a European man. He talks about Afro-Atlanteans, black people in Atlantis that work this magic. See, people, this goes way back. You can be bound by religion, or you can be bound by the fact that you are beyond this world. You can let certain stress and anxieties get throughout your day, or you can wake up every morning knowing that you have incredible power within you that goes beyond your 3D time, space, and matter. I want people to stop calling ourselves humans and start calling ourselves multi-dimensional beings, because you all transcend time, space, and matter. Doc, back in the building.
Thank you, Minister Corben, for that. That you showed, what it spelled to me was Mayat, balance. So
Mayat, I got her right. She's right in my room right now. I can't see it, but Mayat stays with me. Mayat's on the corner right now. When I went to Egypt, I got the papyrus, so it's stretched out.
Yes.
Right to the wall. It's the divine mother.
Man,
yes.
the internet keeps going out.
No worries, we got it.
We got you. We got you, Doc.
So keep going. It's crucial that we balance out our energies, because we represent the 144,000 is us within us.
Woo!
We represent. So if I'm not mistaken, what's half of 144,000? That's 72,000. So that 72,000 would represent the daemons or the demons in you, and the other ones are the angels. So you have to balance that out. So there's folks out here to be like, oh, I'm part of that 144,000. I'm good. I ain't got to do shit. I'm good. No, you do. It's your responsibility to put in the work. It's your responsibility to stop blaming everybody for everything that's going on. Hold accountability for your actions, because at the end of the day, that's it. That's what it spells out. So I'm going to go ahead and do my own part. Yeah. Are you with us? I think you froze again. So we could keep it going, but that's what he asked me what that meant, and that's what it means to me. It just means that we as individuals have to balance out our own energies within us, because yes, as a divine feminine, I can definitely say, if you make us upset,
this the pitch?
I don't know, Jason. I think you're kind of going
Y'all
in and
were
out.
on. Did I? Damn.
He's slowly getting back to it.
Right here?
You are now. Kind of. It's going. You rolling in.
It's lagging, but it's getting there.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just all about doing the work within ourselves.
Yeah.
The inner work. That's it.
No.
The audio's there.
You were able to see the slide. Oh. I'm gonna be here, but I'm just gonna turn my camera off. But I'm here.
Got you.
Anywho, so it looks like you're showing us the Drake videos.
You know, Empress, if you can hear me too, watching this movie, look at this movie, Him. It reminds
what
me
were
of
you guys on? I didn't want to interrupt you.
We're winging it right now, and we're really expanding on the last slide you showed where I read, and it was talking about the occult. If you can hear me,
Empress, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
I was saying that this movie, Him, I haven't seen the whole thing, but it's giving me Eyes Wide Shut vibes for some reason. If you remember that movie with, was it? I want to say Brad Pitt and Angela Jolie. It may be them, but it was a type of occult video as well. They went really dive deep into everything in that one. I think we got you back, Doc.
Peace, God.
Yeah, man. Back in the building, like he never left. Let's go.
Catch me up, Lord. Catch me up. And we're only an hour and a half in. That's good. That's
good. Yeah, man.
Eyes Wide Shut with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. He said that
they killed the guy. They killed the director. Did you guys get into that?
What
director
of that movie?
Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh, really? Because I was telling the Empress that Him. We were talking about Him. I was like, I haven't seen the movie, but it's giving me Eyes Wide Shut vibes.
This movie, Him.
Yeah, based off everything.
Okay. I shouldn't say worse. More gory. At first, I was like, turn away. In the spirit, I'm gonna be real. Much love to Cedric Amon-Ra, who came on as a guest. He was talking about stuff hopping out the screen, affecting us as people through the Black Mirror, the TV, how it has affected society. Well, it has. The TV has affected society.
Of course.
That TV screen has affected all people. We have to stop once again looking at it now as a black, white, brown. We're all prisoners in this, participants. For those who don't want to participate in that version, because there's a greater one, clearly, if they're doing that. So when they chopped the head off and the blood was spurting out, because I had stopped watching horror movies. I used to like horror movies.
I understand.
But eventually I stopped watching them. And that's why it was hard for me to finish this. I was like, I don't know, but it was still in my head in the imagery. And I was like, oh, that's what they do. They make you fear it. So it is adult entertainment to where kids can watch it if you're explaining it maybe to your kids. That's why back in the day, our parents didn't allow us to watch rated R movies. TV was censored, all these things, is because this is what it is. So with the blood being spilled, you guys are absolutely right. Once again, the Draco energy, the good, the bad, which priesthood will you be? Just like you compare the Bible. So the priesthood of Cain and Abel.
There we go.
Killed Abel. So Cain was banished and found another group of people, right? So Abel was taken into another brotherhood of deities that grew crops, agriculture. But it was the deity of the Elohim, a group, because they tell you God in the Bible, but when you learn Hebrew and study it in Hebrew, Elohim is plural.
Plural, more than one. Speak on it, brother. Let them know. That's fact.
So it does not say God, it says gods. Multiple. It changes the story from Pastor Pimp asking for your money, getting your money, and all you niggas still living in the hood.
Talk to him.
Church on every black corner, and you niggas ain't got nothing. NBA players from the hood, NFL, nothing. What are you bragging about? Your fucking chain, nigga? Your car? A bunch of niggers. Ignorant people.
With the hard R.
With the
That's what it is.
That's exactly what it is.
Because you can't, it's time, it's here. It's no pick a side. This is what it is.
That's exactly what it is.
It's been what it is. It's been this way since ancient times. Different priesthoods ruled different eras, warring over reality, using emperors, kings, bloodlines. You've been in a matrix hologram the whole time. Apocalyptic, post-apocalyptic children. It's not just the entertainers who've been here. They just know bloodlines that have the information of the post-apocalyptic world, which they call the old world, because they got us to believe that this is the only advanced civilization, and that, oh, they were just swinging from trees. There was no electricity. We invented that. We invented it all. We invented flying planes.
Wow.
We invented colonizing Mars. Yes, it's so great. You know.
And then you start studying yourself and you find out you are the light.
That's
there
it.
you go.
That's
So
it.
they have to, so with their Bible and their deity, what does their God ask for? Blood sacrifice. Hence why Christianity to the Judaism is satanic. It's Satan. The God of the Bible is Satan.
Come on, man.
It's a group of Satanists
A
who
whole
trick
bunch
you to worship their God. Material, a book. You know, the real answers are in the stars, nature. It's already in you. You don't need a book. You don't need a pastor. It's in you. It's in the food. That's why they poison the food, poison the sky, poison your mind. You are the greatest gift, our greatest weapon to their society. When you think, not a gun, not a bomb, not a weapon, your mind. Your mind is the most powerful gift. And so you have a culture that predates the United States of America Corporation, that has you thinking their reality, which has made you forget that you are an immortal being. You've been here the whole time. Don't let them demonize you, that you were able to hop in their bodies and change your avatar and remember all the knowledge from the past reset. That's how they control you. They made being dumb cool. They made being a devil cool. And then subconsciously and subliminally, the people they told you to look up to were controlled by demons. And then the lower class citizens who go to work are paid actors. They pay people, but now they're not paying people because the robots are taking over. The AI, and then they got you saying, oh, AI, it's not a big thing. Meanwhile, every week you see Elon Musk in California shooting rocket missiles and satellites. Meanwhile, Kanye West, the Polaris star, the North Star, they're preparing a little girl to be sexualized, demonized, to make it popular for young girls. And then it's going to show how immature mentally Black women are, because you're going to see Black women copying a little girl, because they have turned our mothers and women into children, goats for sacrifice. And so they are the sacrifice. And then your son, Moorish woman, Black woman, your son becomes food on their platter.
Wow.
And so meanwhile, the mom, she loves it. Like in the movie, we're so proud of you so she can live in it. So if you were a star athlete, after you fail, everyone, they don't fuck with you like that. The moment you become a regular person, oh, Jason didn't win the national title, Daryl didn't win the Super Bowl, it's always something not good enough. Where you gonna say, oh, we want more, because they're vampire off of you. You're naturally the GOAT. You are the superstar. You are naturally born Haru, a superhero. You don't have to sign their contract. That's a game. And they use your ignorance to manipulate the whole planet. So innocent people die thinking this is real, trapped here for eternity. Because there's only a select few of us who are born gifted. They manipulate you to make you think that the Hollywood people, the people playing sports, are the gifted ones. Just because you can play sports and win a Super Bowl don't mean shit, nigga.
Nothing.
It's your character. And that was what he stood for. He stood for it. He fought for it. And then when he didn't want to do it, he did it for his dad. Hey, Rue, he avenged his father's death by letting his father free to let him know he didn't have control. Because his father was under the spell, which represents most older black men teaching you bullshit. OGs telling you bullshit. Follow Jesus, follow God, go to work, go to church. Meanwhile, people behind the curtain are ruling over all y'all. They got money to pay all y'all whatever they want. Man, you from a country.
Right.
And then demonize you to where people who don't even know you hate you. So you got people saying, I hate Kanye West. You don't know him.
Right.
Oh, I hate LeBron James. Damn. I hate Donald Trump. You don't know Donald Trump. So they got you hate.
Oof.
So it spreads like a wildfire. Instead of loving yourself, loving on your neighbor, loving yourself, thy Father who art in heaven.
That's it.
Because if you learn that that's where you're from, that you come from heaven, that you're a child of God, the true netters, let's say netters,
That's it.
then I don't gotta play your game. I don't gotta go to work for you. I stand under the sun and get knowledge.
That's it.
I can empower my people. I got brothers that'll, let's go. And we can build cities, protect our women. We got plumbers, we have electricians, we have astronomers, we have soldiers. We have it all. What are you waiting for?
That's it.
So they got you trapped in a game, a time loop. Holidays, days, weekend, birthdays, sports, religion, and then gave you one goat. So Jesus is goat to them. Jesus, and then to the others across the ocean, Muhammad. Enslaved. So that's their goat. Hence why in the Bible, he asked for blood sacrifices, and he sacrificed his son.
Wow.
He sacrificed his son.
That's deep.
And then what did Yahshua say on the cross? What did Jesus scream? Who did he call on?
Father, or they not know something about something else to do?
Why have you forsaken
Well, why
me?
have you forsaken me? Exactly what he said. Why have you forsaken me?
And then he called upon Elohim.
Damn.
So now we're dealing with, there you go, a satanic cult society based off of blood rituals, blood sacrificing rituals, bloodletting, which was going on here, where you see the Olmecs sticking out their tongue and putting blood, the earrings. Some would say that was done to ward off the certain entities that fed off of blood. So that goes to another story, because just like him, it shows you that there's entities that vibrate and can take over. An ancient game, an ancient ritual, other participants, fans going crazy. Meanwhile, behind the curtain, that's what it is. So why him? Movie sparks Satanism in a cult. So they will say it's Satanism. No, it's showing you what it is, because Christianity and all these lower levels, when they go to church, eating the bread, drinking the cranberry juice, it's a lower form of Satanism that is practiced today, every day. They're just not even. So they're just prepping you as a Christian. They're just prepping you for if you ever make it up. Oh, so you meant the cranberry juice was blood? Yes, Jesus' blood, and you'll live eternal. Just like he could have done. They put his blood of the royalty, the gods, in his blood. But he was the goat, naturally. And that's what you have to do. Break the spell.
That's it.
Generate. So that's what Teotihuacan, the pyramids, sniper opens fire from the top of an ancient Mexican pyramid, leaving at least one tourist dead because they don't want to destroy tourism. 5 wounded. And we know with the entities, we know that the modern day Aztecs did not build these ruins. They admit that. So they were performing blood sacrifices to certain deities, but that wasn't our culture. Hence why they always say, oh, the Aztecs were performing blood sacrifice, not the originals. And it's not to say that there weren't Nagas and niggas performing blood sacrifices. They were.
Yeah.
It was like you were saying, as we get into the Drake, royal black people who were wicked, who had power, sorcerers, locked in certain types of prisons, as we'll get into. So Drake, the Draconian overlord, is coming out May 15th, day of my graduation as a doctor.
Nice.
Even though I graduated November 22nd, 2025, the ceremony is
That's so crazy.
So Drake humiliation ritual. He passed the humiliation ritual. He's getting led back into society. He survived it. Remember, he's not American. He's half. Let's not even look at it just as black as white. It's a mind state.
Yeah.
Canada. He wasn't raised in the United States.
Oh,
Although Canada, he was Degrassi, which we'll get into, which is still Hollywood, but international Hollywood. So you talk about an international TV star. That's an agent. That's a government plant or someone to free us. So we'll see. Hopefully he's not connected to what Kendrick Lamar and those were saying, and others as far as last years ago, with him being connected to the Pizzagate, child trafficking, and being an international escort server for the women and the homosexual escorts. So the metrosexual movement did come in also with Drake. And so it was giving young mixed kids, mixed black boys an identity. And so that's why he had to morph into the thug. And so once again, that's magic. That's magic. So look it to the middle, Aubrey, to this. Does that look like the same person?
not at all. Not at all.
There you go. Because it's not.
Not at all.
It's not.
It makes me think about what Lil Wayne told him, man, in the beginning, just being yourself and whatnot. Don't rap about no street stuff, just be you, man. And then not too long later, total transformation of what Wayne told him not to do. So yeah.
Stunt double, baby. And so they'll use the original one to open the gate for people. Oh, light skinned guy, I can relate. White girls can relate to him. White kids, because he's light skinned. It was showing you how racist society really is. How Drake was accepted, just like Eminem. Eminem was accepted because he was white and with Dr. Dre. Drake was accepted because he was mixed. And he had dope music. But if he was dark skinned, he wouldn't have gotten through. And so he changed the tone, hence YOLO. You only live once. The partying, the bottle services, that was his era. So that meant that he put Black Americans under a spell.
Live Kanye West, live fast, die young, man. That was all around the same time. Man.
Really?
Yeah, live fast, die young. That was a theme around that time. I remember that. That was the YOLO theme. Yeah.
Live fast, die young. So the humiliation ritual, and so they'll use clearly, like we see with the Gucci Man example recently again. Not saying that what that happened was cool, but it's showing you how he is gone. And the new ones have controllers, because the new ones, the replacements, don't know the street. They're actors. So they have to have a handler to tell them stuff and keep them away from the real people that they know, because the real people know that's not him.
It makes sense, man. His wife is definitely the handler, man. Like, and it's like with his wife, bro. I don't know if you've been watching, but it's like, I don't know if she's using her Jamaican voodoo on this, or is it? Or we talking about cloning earlier? So it's just, but yeah, I mean, and you see that. I mean, listen, that brings me back to Dave Chappelle when you talk about people not being to be around the people they knew back in the day. If you remember the guy from Half Baked.
Yeah, I watch his podcast now.
He's been on a run now about, they talking with Roseanne, and you see how Roseanne be going in. But they just talking about how, that's not the same Dave Chappelle. And I remind you, it was a cousin of somebody, a cousin that's supposed to be Dave Chappelle. That's not my cousin. So, bro, I mean, good point on the Gucci thing. I had to bring that Dave Chappelle back full swing, bro. But man, bro.
You hit it. I forgot about Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle was one of the biggest ones. Remember, he turned the 50 million down, went to Africa, then boom, then he gets the 50 million back plus in Netflix. Now he's talking about doing Chappelle show all over again. Remember, it's in there. So yeah, bro. So it's man,
we're tapping into something. We're answering it. This is real. This is real. What we're utilizing technology and our robots and electricity who they have trapped in these forms. Remember, the robots can be our friends too. Watch Transformers and then Voltron. I say watch Voltron because they're letting you know that the robots became intelligent and they became Voltron, Transformers. That's real. So this is all part of the show. Go ahead.
Doc, I tell people as far as Transformers, and for the viewers, listen to this. In Transformers, what was inside Metatron? The divine spark. Right? But then if you can Google right now, remember, he was called Megatron, right? But there's a real angel called Metatron. Metatron. So they put Meta. So they put it in the movies, like you said, Doctor. So it's time. Come on, man. Transformer is. Even with the Decepticons casting being falling from the skies and then going to where? Antarctica, was it, brother, in the movie?
And Egypt.
Come on, man. How much more proof do people need, Doc? How much more proof, man?
We're gonna give them before we leave. I'm telling you.
Come on,
here
man.
we go. Drake actually built an ice pyramid as when we started the show. So that looks like a step pyramid. And like you said, Antarctica. And what is the hottest topic? Behind Antarctica's ice wall. So Drake is representing the spring, the serpent. Because remember the equinox, the pyramid, the sacrifice on the pyramid just happened. The spring, the serpent came down. The dragon, the ice wall is melting. The pyramids are melting. We know what we say. They talk about the dragon. They fear the dragon that's frozen in Antarctica. They also talk about, I want you to talk about the possible frozen prisoners inside of Antarctica. What theories have you heard about Antarctica as we get into Drake Ice Pyramid? And also, you guys remember the movie Predator?
Oh, yeah.
It was Alien versus Predator, but they went to Antarctica. It was with Sanaa Lathan.
I remember that movie.
Sanaa Lathan. You said what, brother?
I remember that movie for sure. I remember out of all the movies, for some reason, I remember that one with Sanaa Lathan and whatnot. And it was in movie theaters about early 2000s. I remember that movie.
There you go. And they went and found a structure, a pyramid underneath Antarctica with advanced Egyptian Olmec extraterrestrial. And so once again, the predators have dreadlocks. Who do you think that is?
Come on now.
Advanced machinery with ferro rods. That's you. That is you.
Doc, I tell people all the time whatnot. The sad part about it, here's the sad part. People talk about Noah and the flood. Okay, what was before the flood? If we can answer that question, which has already been answered, then you realize that a lot of it not just starts with us, but it starts before Egypt. If anything, Atlantis brings you right straight to Egypt. Before Atlantis, there's Lemuria and the people of Mu. You want to guess what color those people were? You want to guess what color those people were? So when we deal with we just talked about the Mexicans and Maya and Aztecs. These were the upcoming generation of Atlantis. Look up Easter Island, all this stuff. So I mean, so what Drake is doing right now, I mean, and we know, you gotta understand, Drake calls his label OVO. And if you know anything about Aleister Crowley was OXO. I do believe that's what his set was. So Drake is not slow to the stuff that he's doing. He's not. He's very in tune to the occultism. And people watching, I want to make sure you know the difference. Cult, C-U-L-T, is Jim Jones, not the rapper, but the white guy that did all that stuff in church. Look up Jim Jones. Occultism is always hidden knowledge. The stuff that you got to go beyond your churches to even comprehend. And that's what we need more, really, people waking up and going past the churches. Past the churches, okay?
Okay.
Empress, did you have anything to say with your thoughts with the Ice Pyramid and Drake pertaining to what we've been talking about tonight? And your knowledge?
No, not on this particular that I could think of, but I'll chime in.
So
remember his uncle is Larry Graham, man. So he's been in the business for a while, and his dad used to be a drummer for Jerry Lee Lewis. And you remember Jerry Lee Lewis has a video where he was saying that these demons are trying to control my music. They're trying to have me write stuff that I don't want to rock. These demons. It all connects.
I forgot about that.
Drake's uncle. Remember, 1 in a million. That's Drake's uncle. His dad was a drummer as a musician for Jerry Lee Lewis. And if you remember, you can go look at the video. Jerry Lee Lewis spazzed out in the studio. No, man, they want me. These are demons. These are demons. They want me to write this demon stuff.
Wow.
So we'll be fooled not to think that Drake doesn't know what's behind this. I mean, to call your record label OVO and it's with the owl, and we know with the owl it goes deep into symbology.
It can go into Kemet, it can go into Wicked, so it can be good or bad. Wisdom, depending.
And it can even go into UFO studies as well. There was a movie,
aliens. Go ahead.
So there was a movie back in the day talking about that. But as far as Drake, people
talk about the movie. We want to know the listeners.
Yeah, you better believe it. Now the movie, and you guys can Google this movie, but it came about 10 years ago. I forgive me for not knowing the name of the movie, but it was all about a family. It was like a Blair Witch vibe, where this family was being abducted every night by aliens. But what happened was it would be this owl. I believe the owl was white. Well, this owl would visit them every night, and then what happened was the owl would have a connection to the abductions. Okay, now if I want to bring it back to Drake, what is Drake's son's name? Anybody know?
Adonis.
Okay, so look up Adonis in Kabbalion. Go all the way back to all of that. The Kabbalists, Adonis is one of the names, angel names of God. Adonis. Actually, that's one of the names of God, Adonis.
Wow. And he's mixed, and he could pass, just like we're seeing the Moorish bloodline.
There we go.
Enlightening up after using the Moorish culture for life.
Doc
enlightening it up to give it to his son, which
come on, Doc. It's no different. It's no different with
the future.
Exactly. Not to cut you off. It's no different than what Trump is doing with Barron. You know, however, we know the theories about Barron being a time traveler, the book and everything. But his mother, you have an American-Russian connection now. You have an American-Russian connection now with Barron. So everybody's talking about Trump. Remember, a lot of stuff that Trump is hip to comes from his son. His son put him on to Aiden Ross. So, so he's hip. His son So we talk about Adonis, Drake's son. When we talk about Barron Trump, these are the ones that people need to be keeping their eye on to, because they're not just hip to who their parents are, but they are hip into occultism. Okay,
What?
occultism, which is the hidden knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
I hope we can wake up as many melanated people as possible on this platform, because while you're talking about the white man this, the white man that, they are using your magic while you were bound to a religion that doesn't even give credit to the feminine aspect. It doesn't talk about Enoch, Thoth, Hermes, white form. And that's what we need to do right now. So the sad part about it is the biggest nightmare of black folks is their own black magic. And that's the sad part. And the ones they hate the most is the ones that's using their own magic. So yeah, Drake knows what he's doing, man. Long story short, bro. We know what you're doing, Drake.
That was amazing breakdown.
Yes, sir. But yeah, it's true. It's true. Look up Jerry Lee Lewis. Jerry Lee Lewis is going crazy. And look up the video. And look
Great
up
ball
the video.
fire. Wow. So
Look
even
up
when
Jerry Lee Lewis. That video you can look up whenever you get a chance. And Jerry Lee Lewis is going crazy in that studio, like something like, no, man, this is wrong. This is wrong. This is demon music. Back in the 50s, brother. Back in the 50s.
it's here. The son's legacy, the kids, as you see the Kanye's, the Jay-Z's, the Magic Johnsons, their kids being able to compete with the troglodyte or the European white kids, with rich white kids, and that's what they do. So in order to be down when you're the only black kid or rich black family, your kids are going to want to blend in. And so since you're the first to reach it in the family, now you want to blend in with the so-called European lifestyle, which is about UC in the dark. It's their Greece and Rome, child sacrificing, pedophilia, demonology, and also the first devils, as we learned, are black devils. So offspring. So as the ice pyramid melts, symbolizing our pineal glands melting, because as the truth comes out, the calcification, the BS, the clutter in your mind is clearing out. Hence, we're time traveling. You're erasing the BS that they taught you, rewiring your brain as a superhero and editing your software to create your own reality, but they're trying their best to circumvent it and control it as they create the reset, which is basically creating a new mind prison for people. Hence why this is an escape plan as well. So behind it,
can I interject real quick?
Yes.
I think the movie that the minister Corben was referring to is called The Fourth Kind.
That's it. That's it. That's the one. That's the one. That's the one.
That professor went to UC Irvine, the black guy in that movie with the glasses, right? Yeah, he was a UC Irvine. And once again, y'all, Southern California. That's I remember. Full circle.
Oh wow! Thank you, Empress. Thank you, Empress.
Welcome.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Seriously. That was the movie right there.
Thank you, Chat GPT.
See, our friendly robots. So, now, Michael Jackson, remember Drake was comparing himself to Michael, Beat It, not too long ago. So now that's that craze. That's a reason to start, because you got to circumvent energy. You got the vampire off the energy. You have to know their numerology. This is priesthoods going against each other. Certain media companies, now that Hollywood is falling, certain media companies are moving to Vegas, moving to this place. LA is lowering the prices for filming now because they want people to stay there. Because when you separate yourself from Hollywood, you can form your own occultic magic and put it on screen, a podcast, TikTok, and all these things, and get your message out, and someone can get on your timeline. They used to be able to control us with just the 13 channels, 4 channels, like Empress stop, but now it's not stopping. It's going. We're in the mythos of Drake. Now Kendrick is gone. And so this is all part of the ritual.
Thank
So
God.
as we get into Iceman,
Right.
remember Iceman, I started doing my research, y'all. So he started calling himself Bobby Drake. So as behind the Antarctica's ice wall melts and Drake starts, and we see Antarctica, prison of fallen angels, and Enoch's prophecy. Minister Corben was speaking about it.
Transformers,
There you
back to
go.
Transformers. There it is, back to Transformers.
So pyramids in Antarctica. So that might talk about also, remember the Black Sun. He was talking about Lester Crowley, Hitler.
There we go. There we go. We
the
need to
Nazis
speak on
in
that. We need to speak on that.
Lester Crowley's connected to Michelle Lammy.
Yes.
They're all back here in Palm Springs, Riverside County, where Old Mecca is, where Hemet is, the now Riverside connected to the Grand Canyon in Blythe, California, where the alien antiglows are. So,
Palm Springs.
the prison of fallen angels. So as it melts, where we were going, Iceman. So we're gonna get into Drake's producer, B01DA, called him Bobby under his Iceman post, which is a reference to Marvel's Iceman, aka Robert Bobby Drake. So I want y'all to look. So now that we thought Drake was ethered, and just like when 50 ethered Rick Ross, he had to do, or the real Rick Ross got out of prison. So Rick Ross was like, I'm Ricky Rose. Until he calling himself Ross again. And so the name changes, the monikers like Jason Elm Street, Master Jason E. You changing your name, the frequency. So the Iceman, who is the Iceman? I really hadn't studied the Iceman. So I went and looked because of the podcast. We see fans making AI photos for the Iceman, Bobby Drake. So who is Bobby Drake? Let's get into it. Or Degrassi, as we'll get into Degrassi. So it goes, Iceman character analogy. Who wants to read it if you guys can see it?
I can see now. I can see power and abilities. I can see that one.
Okay, read some of the powers and abilities, brother.
All right, got you. So what I'm saying right now, power and abilities, folks, Omega level mutant. Bobby is classified as an Omega level mutant, indicating the immense potential and power. And I quote, he falls in Omega level mutant in Marvel Comics, placing him among the most powerful beings on Earth, end quote.
There he comes. Read it down, brother. I'm listening.
Bobby, got you. Okay, moving forward, we got power scaling. Now, it says there is some debate about the extent of his powers, with discussing about whether he is planetary or even universal in scale. I quote again, I'll be generous and say planetary, and planetary is generous if we take the idea that he is still at the level that he was with the Death Seed, quote, end quote. Yeah, the next part, we can't see that much unless we're looking at personality and traits. I can read that if you want me to.
Please.
All right, got you. Continuing on, folks. Personality and character traits. Class clown persona. Here we go. Bobby is often portrayed as a class clown. This sounds familiar. Bringing a light-hearted and humorous element to the X-Men. However, some fans feel this aspect is overemphasized and distracts from his depth. Another post saying, I despise class clown Bobby, while he should obviously be on the lighthearted side of the X-Men. I definitely think that most writers for this guy is closer to the Scott Gene in age than he is to Kenny Jubilee. That kind of makes me think as well, Doc, because Drake is definitely known as I guess you could say a class clown or a jokester, certain aspects of it, So that kind of hits the nail on that as well. For sure.
Keep breaking it down.
And you said keep breaking it down?
Yeah.
You got it. Okay, now moving on to maturity and growth. It says, there is a desire among fans for Bobby to mature and take on more significant roles within the mutant community. Another quote says, I hate that all they want to do and characterize, I hate that what they want to do is to characterize him over his sexuality and relationships, yet let him have an interesting relationship for once. But let him be more than just a token god. Or the token gay. Is that what it says? It says the token gay. Yeah. Let's put respect on that. Let him be more than just a token gay.
Wow. So now we're talking about the metrosexual
Which is
aspect.
interesting. We were just talking about that, Doc. With Drake, I mean, that once again, I was reading that, and it was given Drake and whatnot. You don't see Drake with one woman. He's always with different women, even though he says he loves this certain type of woman. But then that metrosexual role does play, and I feel that when you hear Drake lyrics, it kind of plays in Paul Jung, a psychoanalyst, used to say about anima and animus. If anybody ever heard those two terms, anima and animus, Carl Jung says that every man has a divine feminine, and every male has every male has a divine feminine, and every female has a divine masculine. And that's the anima and the animus. Carl Jung, Jung, a psychoanalyst and whatnot. And it brings me back to Drake and whatnot, where he really plays that role very well, for sure. Androgynous almost.
There you go. Androgynous.
Androgynous almost. There we go. Yeah, that's the word. That's the word.
So, and we were speaking on that the last episode of so-called Moors or black men in fear of being happy, which they call gay. And,
oh, wow.
And so by saying gay and making it synonymous with homosexuality, stop black men from being happy like that, dancing and happy. And so they replace it with the thug image that Drake had to do to sell more records, or feel less either homosexual in him hiding that he's a homosexual, or he might just simply be metrosexual and he might be tapping into his inner goddess, because that's what we're supposed to be doing. That's what they don't want us to do. There you go, the Mayat. They don't want us brothers to stop the gangster stuff, still be warriors and gods and priests of, the Jedi woo. But basically the goddess principle that you were speaking on.
Earlier, earlier, not to cut you off, Doc. Tantra. Earlier when we were talking about when there was some technical difficulties, we were talking about Tantra and tantric system and the Eastern civilization, and that's one of the biggest things, is to bring forth the knowledge of the divine power, but also the balance of the divine masculine and divine feminine.
Yes.
Listen. Yes, sir.
And then can you read to the right, goddess, what it says?
Sure. Well, I see queer representation, but you want me to read the one where I can't see?
Let me see.
May have to scroll. Okay.
Go ahead.
Queer representation.
Wow. Yeah.
Coming out and identity. Bobby's journey as a gay character has been a significant aspect of his development. His coming out story is depicted as rough and realistic, resonating with many fans. In quotes, damn, I've forgotten how rough Bobby's coming out to his parents was. Iceman 6 and 7.
Wow.
Okay, you want to talk about it?
No, I'm saying, is this the X-Men character?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Excuse me, because I was like, what? This is in depth right here. This is like a lifetime.
There's a popcorn, yo.
This is interesting. Go ahead, please.
And then let me do a clap. Before I want to say much love to all homosexuals.
You better believe it.
Because I'm sure it is hard for those to come out to their family and friends. So once again, as a Drake character, showing love to his audience as an LGBT or metrosexual, let them know secretly through code, because we wouldn't have found this out unless we did the podcast. At least I personally, that the character that he's personifying and using to resurrect himself is a closet homosexual. And the X-Men, though, who's indestructible, because Bobby Drake, I wrote down X-Men, he cannot be disabled. He is able to reassemble in any molecular level He controls moisture remotely. He can exist as a formless present and reconstruct his ice body. He can kiss Mystique and not change forms. He's able to stop Juggernaut. He blankets the world in ice and freezes hemispheres, which is the brain and land. He's been known to immobilize Thor, which is Tahuti. Think about it. Interesting, through ice. He immobilized Thor through ice. He terraformed Mars, creating ice caps. So once again, as we know, Moors, Martians, Marvin the Martian, Total Recall, us having civilizations on Mars already and them lying about it. So Elon Musk and his people can say that they colonized Mars in the future and present, erasing our intergalactic story. So Iceman terraformed Mars and created ice caps, what you see today. Survives physical destruction. So I got Antarctica, Aleister Crowley, like you were saying, Sirius B, Black Aleister Crowley, the owl, which is the Grays, connected to the Grays, connected to Riverside County and Palm Springs coast. Antarctica, the melting of the Antarctica ice sheet, which possibly can be dragons representing the Amarukans, Tupac, Amarukan. You see, Diddy might be getting now. Jay-Z, remember, this cannot be finished till Tupac's revenge. Machiavelli is gone.
Bro, also,
Tupac come out and say he's alive one day. Yeah. Really changed
Tupac
something.
Amore is also, not to cut you off, but Tupac Amore also means shining serpent as well.
Ooh.
Remember, amidst the beautiful way of Phoenix Accord that Tupac Amore means, because remember, it comes from an ancient Inca warrior. Tupac Amore is an ancient Inca warrior, and it means shining serpent, which just to further support what the doc was saying. So, I mean, yeah.
Love you, brother. And shining serpent, hey, Ruth. So look up Tupac, the last emperor or king of Peru. And so the word Tupac is a title. So there were many Tupacs. And so remember also Tupac to live and die in LA, moved to the West Coast, adopted the blood Damu culture, which is in development, which deals with Larry Hoover, which deals with also freedom. So the Bloods, we were dealing with vampires in the Bloods. Machiavelli faking his death, saying it would return. The 7-day theory teaching that they have us on a 7-day time loop. Rest in peace, long live badass. LBC.
You better believe it. He just celebrated a birthday not too long ago, I believe, right?
Peace to the gods.
Peace to the God, man, always.
And so Tupac, like you were saying, Amaru, and Peru is Heru. And you find the same geoglyphs, the alien geoglyphs on the ground that you find in Peru, found in Blythe, California. The same exact geoglyphs are found in Peru and Heru, Riverside County. Once again,
and Doc, just to add on what you were saying, they said that, you know, Tupac represented the thug life, but they said there was an ancient African tribe called the Thuggies.
Yeah, Thuggies. Wow.
So,
and they were demons. It's so interesting. We could go on more with that. They said that Thuggies protected the Khalifias, the women. And that's why they had the thugs in LA. And so that's what the thugs are supposed to represent. The gangsters and gangbangers are supposed to be the protectors of the messiahs, the leaders, the protectors on each other. And so as the Empress goes to the Iceman character, to the right, discussions about whether he is a planetary or even universal in scale. Character development. I'd be generous and say planetary, and planetary is generous if we take away the death seed. I think you already said that. So conclusion, representation. Bobby's portrayal in other media such as movie has also been in point of discussion. I know they're not canon in the comics, but I actually really like the Bobby Iceman rogue in the movies. Conclusion. Iceman is multifaceted character with a rich history, significant potential for growth. Fans appreciate his humor, lightheartedness, but also desire more mature and complex storylines that explore his identity and his relationship in death. His status as an Omega level mutant, so Drake's a god, Aubrey's a god, he's a deity, adds to his significance within the Marvel universe, making him a character worth further exploration of development. So he went inside his soul. He had to dig inside his soul. He had to confront whether he's a homosexual, LGBT. He had to come out. Is he coming out in this? Hey, that's cool. Adonis, it's about them, the elite, their bloodlines, which kids are going to come and rule. So the album, Ontario, will be one of the coldest places on earth this Friday. Polar vortex, bringing 50 below.
Vortex.
Wow.
Come on now, you can't make it up. They
They
control the weather. The Iceman, the Draconians created the ice in Antarctica. Hence why wherever there's a large European population, it's cold. They control the weather. We control the weather. When we're vibrating together at a high frequency, it's hot.
Yep.
They're trying to block the sun. So Draconian, Drake is representing the CERN machines, the weather modifications, because we are in the sun cycle, and he's trying to cool us back down. He's trying to cool off Mars, the Martians, the Moors again, throwing up the sigils, the signs, the owls, the grays, the Lester Crawley. So they're all connected. So Iceman refers to the Marvel comic book character whose real name is Robert Louis Drake, Jerry Lee Lewis. So he's calling it also Jerry Lee Lewis. So like you said, he passed a ritual.
The picture before that, he kind of looks like Ice Cube. The picture in the middle, to the very left, he looks like Ice Cube.
He does. And then to the left, you guys see the Pizzagate. Possible connections with that. So like Jay-Z is having to sell out. Kanye is having to sell out arenas. Drake is coming. So what's coming? So it's really saving hip hop in a sense for those, but also done to keep people under the spell. But it's also done if you know your mythology, knowledge itself. Shows like this, they're giving us the secrets to escape the matrix while they reset.
That's crazy. Out of all these years, I just literally figured it out. Like connected all those dots, you know. Negative degrees.
And I guess they were showing Superman has frozen stuff. So it might relate to Superman. I have to look into that because I'm not super in because I heard that the comics and the Marvels are telling people what's going on in the universe. Hence he got Tupac's ring. He got Tupac's ring on one of his medallions. You remember that?
Kendrick did not like that.
Drake got one and remember Kendrick said that. He said Tupac something. He was talking about the Tupac medallion that Drake had got. Because that's some vampire shit. Excuse my language.
Indeed.
Vampirism. Imagine putting on Tupac's real chain and getting that energy.
That's what Jay-Z did. That's what Jay-Z did. Not to cut you off, but they said that Jay-Z would be, after Biggie died, he would go in the studio with that Biggie chain and he would just channel. And that's what it is, channeling.
There you go.
Channeling spirits. Yeah, man. So that's wow. That is wild.
Aubrey died. So his character in Degrassi was in a wheelchair. Shot. I don't know if he died, but he got shot in the wheelchair. So I have to look more into it if I say he died. Either way, a wheelchair. So he had to reinvent himself here. So the Draconian overlord. But is that even really that boy? Look at his nose.
Wow.
Now look. Who is that?
They be leaving and coming back looking different every time.
It's the old Beyonce Sasha Fierce thing that happens, you know.
Like in theater, the curtain closes,
Yeah.
intermission,
Boom.
curtain opens.
Boom. Boom.
So slowly they're gonna have the rollout, the most artistic stuff you probably ever seen. Remember, he's backed by the Jewish mafia. He's also connected to the Moors in Tennessee. So I mean, this brother's connected on a whole nother level, and he just signed almost $1 billion contract. So
and they're trying to get him to pass the torch to Jack Harlow. If you see everything that's going on with
Jack Solis, Neo's music Solis child, Devil. Yeah, that's his boyfriend. That's Drake's boyfriend.
Oh, dude, like Jack Harlow is very. We just got finished talking about metrosexual. If he's very. He doesn't. It's almost like he invites it. Like, I peeped that with him, man. So yeah, that's crazy. But that's who they try to pass the torch to because he's Jewish as well. It's like the same bloodline. It's got to be the same bloodline with these guys.
There you go, because Jack Harlow's from Kentucky or one of those areas as well. And Kentucky is Kentucky. Mammoth Caves. Look it up. So once again, Drake is an X-Men. He's telling you he's beyond the elite class. He's a superhero. He's a villain. He's posing as a good guy, but he might develop. He doesn't know. He's still developing. But we see the character. And as we start closing it up soon, the hidden history of the Draconian reptilian. So someone read the middle of what it. So some people say when you hear Barack Obama or the politicians say he was very draconian, they always use that word. Give them the definition for us.
Go ahead. Got you. Meaning exclusively harsh and severe of laws of their application. Going down, it says example. The school's draconian grading system created immense stress among students.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Read one to the right, please.
Okay, if I'm looking at it, it says they are said to be the oldest and most powerful intelligence in the galaxy. I also heard that as well. The Alpha Draconian towering reptilian being from the Draco constellation are not just another alien race. According to the whistleblowers and ancient myths, they are the master architects behind global control systems manipulating human for millennium. Now, let me add to this. In our brain, we talked about a pineal gland as well earlier, but in our brain, we have something called the Draconian brain. In our brain right now, we have something called the Draconian brain. So as I read this, it makes me think about that as well.
Because we're the lizard people. They're trying to demonize. Because we, like you said, there's wicked brothers and sisters, and there's good ones.
Indeed.
So go ahead, because I teach. Remember, before the lumberjacks, before they arrived, before the colonizers arrived, we had rivers, we had oceans flowing, we had lakes, so rivers connecting. So we were diving into these rivers. Vegetables. That meant that the canopy, the atmosphere was different. So we would be more green-like. And that's why they say the little green men and the tall green men. Hence Osiris, Book of the Dead, God of the dead, God of the living, which you are Osiris dead.
That's it.
Is you Haru, who must avenge your father's death by being put to sleep. He was green. So we're understanding that we are the tall and little green men. Aliens. Let me give you a bar. We are the green aliens. When they dropped the nuclear bombs, when they dammed our rivers, when they chopped down the trees, we went from green, purplish, blue, some pitch black to copper. And with the metals inside of us, through dehydration and the nuclear stuff still in, and changing our what they call diet, or our deities, our nutrients, we rusted. And what is the color of rust?
Brown.
Copper for sure. Brown, copper,
green. And then some of us turn green with fake gold or real gold, all that stuff. And then some of us are born with green splatches. What
That's why some
happens
of us
when you
can't wear
get
fake jewelry.
ashes? Go ahead.
So that's why some of us can't wear fake jewelry.
Indeed. Yeah, that's wild.
Fake jewelry turns like
Yeah, that's wild.
we're real royalty, and we inside of us. I feel like because remember when we went to Las Vegas, we went to Area 15, and inside they had like this. It was fake. They made it, but it was like this skeleton. It was representing us when we were inside of our own tombs or coffins. And the skeleton had the ribs were made of different stones. The rubies and the sapphires and just all the different stones. And I said, isn't that crazy? What if that's really what it looks like on the inside? Like we're full of just rubies and stones and different, different stones. Like it describes what we talk about when they talk about in the Bible of how Crystal City looks. So that is what we look like on the inside. Hence the reason we're so expensive. They want our organs because you know what I'm saying? Like we're magical. Ooh, to that, yeah. And then you had mentioned. No, go ahead. I forgot my train of thought.
My bad. No, you're talking about organs and organ harvesting, why they need our organs.
Right. So, yeah, that was all I wanted to say. I'll remember what I was going to touch on because you had mentioned something earlier, Minister Corben. I remember I'll say something.
Apologies.
No, you're good.
So we are the... Go ahead, Minister Corben.
No. Actually, I'm listening to y'all. Whatnot. Now, I was going to interrupt and say my phone is on 6%. So if I do fade out, I do apologize. I want to make sure that I make it up to the people real soon. But before that happens, I just want to thank each and every one of y'all. The Empress, Doc, I want to thank y'all so much because it's been so long, really, since I've been on this show. And like, for me, family, and for those watching, this is my brother. The Empress is definitely my family, my sister for sure. Like, these people or who help continue to raise the vibration. So make sure you continue to stay tuned in to my brother and my sister, whatnot, because the information you're getting right now, there's people that died for this thousands of years ago. Look up the Gnostics, look up the Cathars. So don't take this information that the doctor is giving you, and the Empress is giving you, that I'm giving you, as lightness. We're waking you up to your awakeness. This is not a game. This is not something you can just click off to and think that you can go back to your normal life. We have a responsibility as the children of the one creator to wake up. So please wake up. Wake up to all of this that the doc is giving you. Wake up to all this that the Empress is giving you. And I want to end on that with my dad. I want to keep my peace before this phone dies, but I just want to thank y'all so much, more than you know.
I love you, brother.
I love you too, Chris. I love y'all, man. I love y'all so much, whatnot. But as far as the people, continue to tune into West Matrix TV. Continue to be informed. Continue to appreciate what our family is dropping down. Because soon, let me say this right quick before it goes off. Doctor, every night there is a ship or something outside of the house where I live at. And I'm trying to get me a telescope or a greater TV to figure this out. But it's happening in DC and it's happening in the East Coast where there are these lights and beings in the skies, and you need a good camera or good something to figure out what it is. But times are changing right now, people. As above, so below. Look up to your divinity. Look up to know who you are. Don't be bound by stress. Don't be bound by negativity. Don't be bound by depression. You are creators, generators, operators, and destroyers. That's God. So wake up to your Godhead, people. Doctor, I thank you once again, man, for all the work you've done, man. From the West Coast to the East Coast. We love you down here, man. We love y'all, man.
I love you, brother. I appreciate you. You a Draconian starseed too, a righteous one. So like they say, Draconian starseeds come from the Draco constellations. Draco means dragon. Therefore, many Draconian starseeds are linked to dragons or reptiles or various kinds. And so when we talk about the Draco, it's a Draco star system. Hence why a lot of the pyramids around the world aren't just aligned with Osiris or Orion's belt. They're aligned with the Draco star system. Amaru, once again, dealing with Amaru. So is Drake here to take over Amarukans, the Moors, like Kendrick was talking about again? Or is he giving us signals So let's go further. The serpent mounds of Ohio. So one of America's particular mounds, the serpent mounds, is a gigantic earthing structure representative of a snake built out of a rock overlooking. I was supposed to show the picture, but look up the Cleveland, Ohio serpent mounds. It might not be Cleveland, but Ohio serpent mounds. So us as Nagas, these are all of the recognition and symbolization of Kundalini energy.
Talk about
They all mean that the human energy is actually coiled up as a serpent Nag. And for one to ascend spiritually, they must rise to the top of their head. The serpent can be 5-faced or 7-faced. When it is 5-faced, it signifies 5 senses. When it's 7-faced, it represents the 7 chakras, or the 7 deities, or the principalities of ancient Kemet.
We were just talking about that.
We were just talking about that. Oh my God, this is powerful.
So
Yeah.
the infinity symbol comes from the Uraeus, the magical cobra. Hence why the helmet of the Jedi or the dark forces and Darth Vader look like the Pharaoh's helmet, which symbolizes the cobra, the Nagas, the serpent people, the lizard people, us, the reptiles, the intelligent humanoid reptiles. What is less known is that the same symbol is found in 2 depictions. The Uraeus is either the Mehet, the coiled one, or the Iraret, the rising one. Both snakes symbolically assume the position of one exception. The risen Uraeus is the eye of the sun, is awakened, ready to calm its power, fight against darkness and oblivion. Hence, the symbol of infinity is a symbol of endless lessons, incarnations, and calls us to wake up. Rise like Uraeus, realizing our divinity and calming our magic.
Hey, Doc, a quick question for the people, Doc. A quick question for the people. Why do you think in the Bible it made the serpent evil? Because the serpent was waking them up to their true divinity.
So all of it, serpent culture, serpent mounds, you're related to that. Like I teach, dolphins are mammals. Whales have hips.
That's
You're
it.
not a fish. We're related to dolphins. We're related to
nomos.
whales.
The nomos.
Nomos. There
The
you
nomos.
go.
Nomos.
So study the nomos. So there was an extraterrestrial relationship. Hence, in their Bible, someone underneath the water was watching their God hover over, create Adam in their ease. Someone was watching this deity change the days, terraform the planet. So that meant that us, as amphibious reptile beings, were already here underneath the waters, living.
The doggone tribe
King Sobek, this is the deity who contacted me at Cal State San Marcos on my first mushroom trip.
Wow.
Literally, I didn't know the name. It was a big ass reptile. Some with hoodies on. There were hundreds of them. My roommates and other people started screaming and crying. So people could testify it appeared. And so King Sobek, and I can get into more detail, but basically King Sobek, through the kings of Egypt, achieved their power through the Nile brings its life-giving. Sobek is the crocodile god and the lord of both the mighty pharaohs of the mightier Nile riverside. A pharaoh might honor other deities. Every one of them pays small tribute to Sobek. The Nile River overflows its floodplains and brings ruin to the people and rain. Sobek is the Nile shepherd, seeing it safely through civilized lands, ever watchful for those who would subvert its waters to their own evil ends. Much love to Sobek. And so, the reptile god Sobek, and this is who I was looking for in Kemet. I have pictures of me next to this hieroglyph. So it shows intelligent reptiles from the Draco star constellation talking, communicating, having sex with African Egyptian people. So that means that some of us who are connected to Kemet, ancient Egypt, and this knowledge, we are related to the extraterrestrials that Brother Corben's phone dies. Much love. So us as Thank you, brother. So thus, those of us, some of us will be related to those connected to the Sobek representation of an inner intertwining of, let's say, a reptilian and mammal species for a war not to keep going. And that's what possibly some of us are. And the fake ones are the ones who are holding the power. The Temple of Set are simply about to either, they're fighting for their survival to reign supreme. For us, the Jedi, Tahuti, Thoth, the magicians, the intellectuals, the astronomers, the scientists, to rise. So that's what King Sobek and Jason represents as we go into the end. Let me pause. So Empress Anu, as we close it, I relate it to Jason. Can you read, starting to the left or wherever you see to the right, the point of the episode of Drake and Jason in the mythology of also this? And when we end it, I'm going to play a Drake song where he mentions Jason in the Matrix. So go ahead, Goddess, as we close it.
Okay. So I think what you just said, because it was cutting in and out, you want me to start from the very left where it says a more useful interpretation for what you're building?
Please.
Okay. And real quick, thank you to the brother minister Corben. I didn't get a chance to thank you for your wisdom. So thank you for that. And let's continue. So if you're trying this into your Matrix University, Jason code idea, a grounded but powerful framework would be Jason equals initiator or restorer or code bearer. Dragon or Draco equals the gatekeeper of power, shadow, or hidden systems. The journey, which you should be on, equals navigating systems of control to reclaim your knowledge. I'm going to say that again. The journey equals navigating systems of control to reclaim knowledge. That aligns with ancient initiation myths, heroes' journey structures, real symbolic systems used across culture. And then we have the dragon serpent archetype, the real symbol layer. Across cultures, dragons and serpents typically represent guardians of treasure or sacred knowledge, primal forces, which is chaos, we talked about that, instinct or power, which is the melanin in you, something to be confronted, not something humans descend from. In Jason's story, the golden fleece is guarded by a serpent or a dragon. That's the key. Now, where people try to connect Draconians and Jason, the connection you're pointing at usually comes from symbolic representation, not history. Dragon or serpent equals Draconian. Energy is power, control, or hidden knowledge. Jason equals the one who retrieves power from that domain. So in myth terms, Jason doesn't come from the dragon. He overcomes or outmaneuvers it to reclaim something sacred.
Wow.
That's deep.
And that's the story of Jason and the Argonauts. Jason beheads the dragon, sows the teeth of the dragon to obtain the golden fleece. So Drake, he cannot reign supreme because to be the top rapper, especially during the reset times, is to control the minds of the people. If the people are not on the conscious tip of awakening to the prison that they're in, that person is harmful to us all. Once again, it doesn't matter what color you are. Music has no color. Mu. Remember, Mu is sick. So Mu, M-U, Mu, Hathar, music, Tahuti. Because Hathar would be the female representation of Tahuti. Hetaru. So when we say Hathar, we're referring to Empress Anu and all our goddesses out there. Because that's what the journey is when we rule as emperors and kings, it's so our mothers, the righteous ones, who start ruling, not the wicked ones. That's why they show you the Wicked movie with the black wicked one, and she's green. and she started acting crazy, like she had got cloned. And Ariel and Grade, her name looks like she got cloned too.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
forgot about that. So Jason and the Argonauts, the symbology of I is, like I said, you take on your name. Hence why when I would have certain students named Hennessy, people Ferrari or Cognac, you got to be careful what you name your children and name yourself too. Hence why nicknames and stuff are powerful. Names, word spells, word magic. So Jason and the Argonauts, those of us who are flying on the ship of Ra, the ship, the Argo, that's Ra's ship, time travelers. J-Ru, Jason, Ja-Ru. Jason is Yasun. So that's Jesus, the son of Ra. Ra's son, Ja-Sun, Yasun. So Jason and the Argonauts, I take on that's the mythos. And so in order for Drake to take over, you have to come, because there's no way that, and that's why they have to shut down underground hip hop, underground rap, make conscious hip hop or consciousness be Africa Bambaataa and all that stuff, so they don't get to hear the Master Messiah before he leaves on another journey, because it's time to get up out the matrix. There's more waters to travel, as Moors or mooring, currency flow, money, gold, diamonds, wealth, our inheritance, finding our inheritance. My inheritance is Jason, through the knowledge, through the trials and tribulations, the golden fleece, the Argo, Master Mason, master of the universe. Hence why He-Man is coming out. Mortal Kombat is coming out. Street Fighter is coming out. They're training your mind for what they want to build, but also revealing of what you're in. Mortal Kombat is letting you know that there's other realms, and that there's realms that humans fight over, immortals fight over, immortal beings like we were talking about, who you think are clones who have been here the whole time. Just like you're stuck in Groundhog's Day. Like Tupac Amaru was saying, 7-day theory, they have you living 7 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday. Click again. That's a cycle. That's a mind control cycle that they have us all on, that we have to break. But if you don't know the mythos or your culture prior to the colonization of our minds as indigenous people, then you'll fall victim to the idols, the celebrities, the politicians, the miseducation, the AI, the robots that they have already prepared for you in their script. And so it's all about the women, the mother, the goddess, the teachers. The first teacher is the woman. When the conscious woman is supreme, she has more of a relationship than us as men with nature, because nature has to be on her side for her to survive, and for us as her sons to survive. So she has to have nourishment. So the plants, the trees, the birds, the vegetables, the herbs will talk to her. So the mother goddess, the Moorish woman, the black woman, the infinite woman has a connection to nature. That is her school. That is her teacher. She is the netter.
Dr. Jason, may I say something, please?
Yes, and when we follow her curriculum, we win.
So, that was excellent, well said. And as a goddess or empress, I like to say that one way for us to be that way is to stay pampered. We have to be always at peace and balanced. It's rough being an empress, always getting back massages and just having to meditate and work out. It's rough. No, I'm serious. And have to learn how to eat properly just to make sure that we're always balanced. I know it sounds funny and it might sound, to some men, it might sound like whatever, but we have to stay pampered. And look, we have to rest. We have to stay pampered. We have to get our nails done. We have to go sit our feet in the water. You don't want us to be unbalanced, because that's when the Sekhmet comes out. So you got to keep your goddesses, balanced and protected. Because if we have to go out and work hard like men, it masculizes. It makes us more masculine. And that's what most men are complaining about. Y'all are too masculine. Well, if you don't want us to be masculine, take the load off. understand the roles, because there are roles that need to be played in order for us to activate into our power. That's where the healing comes in on both ends, for the gods and the goddesses. We both have to heal from the trauma we've been experiencing from this cycle of, you know, what you were talking about, the Groundhog's Day, the repetitive cycle that we've been going through, which is completely against our culture. So what we do on a daily basis right now is against our culture. When you hear someone unplug from the workplace, immediately most of y'all start demonizing that person. Oh, you're lazy. You were never supposed to work for them, okay? You were supposed to be trading and building and creating amongst each other, and then supporting each other's union. You know what I mean? Like, not going to work and then building up their nation. So I just wanted to say that, because it is true. Like, we have to be at ease and relax. We can't be anxious and you know, it's not good. We won't be able to create like that.
And as you see, Jason and the Argonauts, Jason fighting the dragon, defeating the dragon. To the right, the golden fleece, the epic story that was destined to stand as the Colossus adventure, Jason and the Argonauts. It's about the goddess and creating your own epic. And for me, not letting them tell me what the epic is, you have to create your own mythos. So even when you're studying Osiris, Heru, or different cultures, plug into your reality. Hence why when you went through the ancient temples of Kemet and the holographic convergences, it was dictated off of where you were in life and how your perspective was, in order for you to rise up your so-called kundalini, your Merkaba, because Ba is your body, Ka, spirit, breath of life. Hence why you see them giving the Ankh, the breath of life, knowledge that gives you life. Once you know good from evil and you know your true culture, you cannot be deceived by those who attempt to colonize you in a video game we call the Matrix, or a dream world that our ancestors speak of. Hence why they call it the American dream. So as we close it out, I'm going to share the screen with y'all, because I know they're probably flagging. Hopefully we don't flag the whole episode. But I'll play this snippet, and it's the one. Let me share the screen. Away from Home, Drake. So I'm gonna try to get it real quick so it doesn't flag. But go, everyone, matter of fact, watching the show as we close it, go to the song Drake, Away from Home, and get to about the 240 mark, or 235. Hopefully they don't flag it real quick.
Andre and Jason, I remember buying all the iceberg from Jason. There's 3 different Jasons. My life like the Matrix. Even
So right there. So
Damn, Gina.
So right there. So reading my mythos and knowing who I am in my matrix, the True Man Show. The True Man Show. Everyone is a paid actor here. Most people are programs. They're actors. They're not online. They're non-player characters. They've been given a program. They copy people. They're not themselves. They don't think for themselves. So therefore, that's when they call them Agent Smiths, people who will do anything to keep this dream alive, but complain about it.
Oh, wait, even like the paid actors would have been like the folks that were at that moon landing?
Correct. Correct. It was all staged. So those who believe, go ahead.
No, I was just saying Sag, like the acting thing, you know. They call you up, hey, we need you on the set. This date, this time, we're gonna have, you know, a landing. We got you on payroll. No problem. Here's your wig. They even get up and they have suits and they can cover their whole face to look like a completely different person.
Wow. And imagine the people who still believe that. So once again, that's a mind control. People following a narrative created by the Wizards of Oz. And the people who you see are actors, and the people in society, like the Truman Show, are actors because most people are not themselves. So would you like to close it out, as we were talking, to end it with the history behind Dr. Dre's The Planets, an instrumental album he's been working on for years, of working with Neil deGrasse, NASA scientists, using all the technology and connections that he has with Jimmy Iovine, government, the top, and getting the sounds of all the planets and possibly putting hip hop beats behind it. And so, like Empress before the show, she's going to break it down, the positive and negative. We see Dr. Dre in the middle. So once again, distributing music throughout the planet, like brother Cedric Amun-Ra was saying, that when we create our music, it goes out to the ethers. You don't know what ancestor, extraterrestrial, what planet is picking up your song,
Yeah.
or what you're talking about. Hence why it's imperative to listen to music, people who truly vibrate with you and want the best for you. When Dr. Dre sampled, his last major sample was George Clinton, Funkadelics, Let Me Ride,
Dang.
which was about a spaceship coming down to save Black people. And he said, no more black medallions, no more black fists, just gangster rap. And that'll make a gangster snap. And that song was a surgery on the minds of Black people to say, forget being yourself, Black power, learning about more sciences, learning about your history, be a gangbanger, be a thug, be a drug dealer, gin and juice. So they use our own people to kill us and murder us. And behind him is a you know who. But behind the person who you want to blame, who you might say a pale European, is someone who looks like you as well. So you don't know who the handler is. Like in the movie Tyrone, it was a Black scientist, or more, in the underground doing the wicked stuff. So once again, it goes to no longer blaming white people for your problems. That's over. You have to look within. You have to look in your own community. It's your own, like Tupac said, it's your own kind doing it. It's up to you, your people, to stand up. And righteousness and love has no color. Freedom has no color. The future for all of us, the plants, water, you have to look at it as us being the Netarus, the creators of nature. So I will pass it to the goddess Empress as we close.
I have the conch. Thank you. Well, I think we were briefly just talking about when I saw this, when I saw the planets, because we don't realize that, again, we are one big, huge instrument. Hence the reason we have an eardrum, heartbeat, you know, all of our organs have a vibration, and it's actually in tune with the planet. And so when I see Dr. Dre and he has all the planets around him, that to me is someone who's looking to manipulate the frequency so that, remember, music is healing. You can use music therapy to help heal you if you have any issues, like any diseases. Disease is just basically you're not balanced. You're not in. Oh, I thought. You're not balanced. You're not. My screen just went blank, so I thought the internet went out. But like the frequency of D can be healing to certain organs to keep you balanced. And they don't want us to know that, because if we can go where there's sound bowl healing, right? And you're just around a bunch of sound bowls and you relax and you're laying there and you have the right frequency, it can literally help balance you out, and you can feel your organs kind of like vibrating into place, because being unbalanced, being out of maya, it looks like this. And I think I gave an example, another transition we had where I said most of us write with either the left hand or the right hand, and that's done by design. So if you are only writing with one hand, and of course the right hand is attached to the left side of the brain, how is the right side of the brain being oiled, or how are you, working that side of the brain? You can't. And they know that. They don't want you in your creative mindset. So if we can, number one, have you come out of the womb and immediately change the way what hand you write with, because they do that. My son's a lefty, and I watch them try to change him into a righty. They'll try to like manipulate your kid, or they'll manipulate you at an early age. So again, they're consistently working behind the scenes to make sure you're off balance. So if you're not writing with the other hand, then you're literally drunk. Okay, you're off balance. So now we have music. We have Dr. Dre here, which I remember when I was a kid. So can you imagine how he's been in this music industry forever, manipulating the frequency? Whoever else the albums to, don't think for once they're not manipulating the frequency. So we have multiple homework assignments we gave him.
That's why they killed Eazy-E.
Yeah.
Eazy-E was saying studio gangster. He's from Compton. Eazy-E used to be at Granddaddy's liquor store off of Alondra, Nate's Liquor. Anyone from Compton, ask about Nate's Liquor to see if Jason is valid. Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and Suge and them, their first video, or one of, I thought it was the first, but don't quote me. They filmed that at my granddaddy's liquor store, and they used that for, they said, still concert footage for this day. So whenever you see old footage of them in the liquor stores and all that, that's my granddaddy's liquor store. So Sonny Liston, Zeus, who plays Zeus in No Holds Barred, Debo, he used to be up there. So
real quick, my dad, I think I told you this, my real dad, he used to what do you call it? He was the sound tune instrument guy for the Funkadelics. So he used to be on tour with the Funkadelics and all these other, artists or whatever at that time. I think Quincy Jones. So he was on tour with them. He knew how to manipulate instruments and fix them. So I used to be in the studio as like a little girl, 1-2 years old. I was in the studio with my dad. He said sometimes I'd be on certain tracks. But at that moment, as a little girl, I was already learning different tunes and frequencies, even at a young age. So I just think it's ironic that he's still around. His face is still around, and he's still manipulating music on the West Coast.
And we want to celebrate our leaders, but after a while, not leaders. Stop. Our heroes as kids who were into hip hop, but when you find out it's destroying our past, destroying our memories, and that's why people are also getting depressed and all that, because they're finding out it's fake. But for us, you're finding out the joy in your ancient cultures. That's why they hide it and try to destroy it, because that's the real wealth. You're dealing with unhappy people. You're dealing with sick people, mentally ill people, people who've done wrong things and been getting away with it century after century. So we're here, the Jedi. So I agree with Empress El-Anu. We'll talk about it more on the next episode of What is the Matrix, of our own people as well, controlling the sounds, the planets, your chakras. So that's what it represents. All the planets. He plans to, like Empress El-Anu, disalign your chakras. And that's why the Tar Babies, Compton High is Mexican now. It's not all black anymore. So that doesn't go to our people. So you done told all these black kids in Compton to be gangbangers, thugs, and made them dream about it and gave them a soundtrack to be thugs and gangbangers. And now this. So it's disaligning our chakras. Once again, like Empress pointed out, an attack on the chakra, the planets, your mind. Once again, overall, protect your mind. I'm July, August, September, October, November, Jason. So we're going to close it out with my new hit single. It's called New World Order, and using AI to do videos that were always in my mind when making songs and stuff, but possibly really couldn't afford to do what I saw because my lyrics in art is complex. It's not ignorant music, NIGGER music. It's space age music. It's knowledge music. It's cosmic music. It's cosmology. It's extraterrestrial. It's magic. It's mood. Cuckoo. So much love. Thank you, Empress Elanu. Everyone watching this amazing episode. Cash App. We do need donation. Check us out on the website, www.thematrixuniversity.com. It is a tax write-off to a righteous living reality. So once again, I'm Jason.
Like just right there.
My Argonauts and astronauts. So I'm gonna press play.
Share the video, like and subscribe.
Now, air, ace of water, Ashun Marine, Ashun, Yin and Yang, face to the gods, dwarves and gnomes, face to the goddesses, Oba, California, water, West Air. Let's go. It's a new world order. It's a new world order. Come on, come on. It's a new world order. It's a new world order. It's a new world order. It's the new world order. Time to wake up. It's a new world order. Better wake up. It's a new world order. It's time to wake up. It's a new world order. It's the return of the moon. Aboriginal beings, indigenous, ridiculous. California the king. Riverside, West Coast, I'm an alien nigga. They stole our land, I want it back. What you afraid, my nigga? Fuck these devils, I'm a god. Born in raids, extended clips, let them slip. Send them back to the grave. Radio chakras in your energy, activate. Police still killing black and browns every day. I be chilling on the block with the corner with 5Gs, trying not to get poisoned by 5Gs. Microchips in your body, digital vaccines. Welcome to the nightmare, the American dream. The Illuminati is real. Bodies coming up missing. A dreamer from Hollywood. I hope you pay attention. This is the final call. Kicking knowledge is my mission. I'm flying on the mother wheel. Ain't no competition. It's a new world order. It's a new world order. Come on, come on. It's a new world order. 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 Time to wake up. It's a new world order. Better wake up. It's a new world order. It's time to wake up. It's a new world order. It's the end of the white man's world. It's a celebration, miseducation. Welcome to the Matrix, ancient civilizations. Pyramids, we made it. That's why they hate it, cause we are the greatest. Area 51, I'm trying to leak in on my star date. Robocops on the street, life is a mystery. Try to erase our history. Treasures under the Vatican who want to search me. Life on planet Mars, did you not know? Watch the X-Files, it's the TV show. Eat a magic mushroom and see a UFO. 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 It's a new world order. It's a new world order. Come on, come on. It's a new world order. It's a new world order. It's a new world order. It's the new world order. Time to wake up. It's a new world order. You better wake up. It's a new world order. It's time to wake up. It's a new world order. Water, air, water. With Jason, we got the best smoke on the West Coast. Beautiful women on the West Coast.
Represented, I'm the hardest in it. Fuck the critics, ain't nobody hard as gritty. Black and brown come together, we ain't backing down. I've been in the hardy city, got the bloodline of a king. Gotta come together, we all in the same game. One God, one universe, all unity, and ain't shit changed. Gotta mount up, but they dumb us down with that fake shit that they teach us now. We been living in the belly of the devil, battling so we can make it out. Fuck the politics and the president, fuck the White House till they let us in. We gon' go to war, we ain't hesitant. If they want to smoke, then I'm a hella shit. We the last living of a dying breed. Ain't nobody with the pen as hard as me. Every time I rap it hit an artery. Ain't nobody fucking with my artistry. We the holy guys, we invented time. We gon' send a missile like it's Lebanon. I been eating rappers like it's dinner time. Suckers hibernating like it's dinner time.
Smoke on the West Coast. West Coast. You look for women on the West Coast. West Coast. We like to ride on the West Coast. Like a round ride on the West Coast. We got the best smoke on the West Coast. West Coast. You look for women on the West Coast. West Coast. We like to ride on the West Coast. Like a round ride on the West Coast. We got the best smoke